Welcome to the Ledger Lounge. I'm Oz the Crypto Goat, and let's go to our live. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining down the rabbit hole. I am Oz the Crypto Goat. So we do more than just crypto, obviously. I'm liking the setup. Yeah, wait till you see it on YouTube. All right, YouTube is where it's at.
A lot of work went into this.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of work, and the whole team got together here and we set everything up and got it all together. What's going on, Oscar? Don't forget to watch on YouTube, okay? If you are on TikTok, though, go ahead, stick around for a little bit. We will be on TikTok for a little while. Where you can, hit the like button, share the live out to everyone so that they can know to come to YouTube and watch the live. If you want to use the chat, I would suggest going to Twitch or Abstract.
And we can do whatever we want on YouTube.
Yeah, we can do
what bound by the rules of TikTok shop.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure you talk into the mic when you're speaking.
Oh, okay.
So we have microphones we're holding because there's two of us in the studio right now, and it's going to be a fun show.
I know. I did a lot of research and you did zero. So
I did research. I watched a whole video on YouTube, guys.
3 pages of it typed up notes and research, and you have what?
Well, here's the thing is I've been following the moon landing thing for a very long time.
We all have.
I know the story. I don't
know
need
the story,
to research.
But there's different theories of if it happened, why it happened, what was the reasons, all the other things. It can't just be one thing.
I did learn something new today, okay? I did learn something new that I wasn't super like, oh, like this is... I didn't know this, but it wasn't too much though. Like there wasn't much that I learned today, right? So it wasn't like I really needed to deep dive into something I already know about. Why is the camera so zoomed in on TikTok? Because if you want the real experience, you got to come to YouTube. And Jesse is boycotting TikTok.
I am boycotting that particular app because no, I'm done with it.
Yeah, so the place to watch the show will be on YouTube or Twitch. Twitch, if you want your chat to be on screen, right, for the recording. I will be able to see the chat during it or whatever, but if you want the recording to have your chat come up on the screen, you're going to have to go to Twitch. And don't forget to send in your daily heart me's and hit the like button. Share the show out with everyone because we are going to be shutting this down shortly. So we want to get it pushed out there so that people know that we are live and where to come find us. And it's going to be a fun show. I'm really excited about this.
Can they see the picture though?
They will be able to. So
okay.
When we go to this setup right here, they will get to see this right here.
Are we delayed? Is that what it is?
There is a delay.
Oh.
So they will see that.
Okay, cool. Oh, I like that.
So when we pull up things, you're going to be able to see the setup.
Okay.
And look at us in the forest.
I know.
It's pretty cool. I do like the new setup. Yeah, make sure if you're watching on TikTok, you share this out. Let everybody know what we're doing, where we're where we're at. Thank you, TikTok seller, for the gifts. Thank you for any gifts you guys send. Much appreciated. We don't make any money doing this. So if you can, great. If not, hit the like button. We appreciate all your support. But I will tell you right now, the quality on YouTube, Twitch, Abstract is going to be peak. Okay, like what you're getting on TikTok, poor audio, poor video.
Did you say peak? You're like 40 years old.
I did say peak, and I'm allowed to because I'm a social media influencer.
No.
So
You're
I
almost
have that
100.
luxury.
You don't get to say that. That's a kid
I'm
thing.
allowed to say.
Let me guess, you say cap too?
No cap on this show.
Oh my gosh.
We don't cap here. Okay. What we do is we provide the facts, we look into the situation, and then I speculate on things. Like I think it's normal to speculate. There's
No, I get it, but there's a fine line between facts and fiction and probability.
I mean, there should be some storytelling.
Oh, I know, but what I'm saying is that not all stories have been told. Just the stories that people want to hear because it coincides with what they believe or what they want to believe.
Yeah, but I mean, it's okay to embellish a little bit, right? It's okay to understand there are things that we'll never know that won't be explained. And
True.
we can't, we can use science so far, but science only tells us what we already know, right? There are things that we cannot explain, right? Don't forget hashtag FYP, hashtag rabbit hole, hashtag all the different, any hashtag you can think of, throw it out there. And then we will move over to YouTube in just a little bit. This is like the prequel promo mode. I will leave TikTok up, okay? So TikTok will be running, but this is the view you're going to get. So if you want the full shebang, the whole outlook of what it's supposed to be, you need to come over to the rabbit hole.
And just so we're clear, the topic of the day is the moon landing, and we have very different opinions on where we're going with this because there are a lot of different theories that I found. One of the most, the top theories that most people have of the moon landing and alternative theories, and my own theory.
I'll tell you this right now. As far as the moon landing goes, you've heard it all. I'm going to dig a little deeper.
I did.
I'm going to go on the deepest rabbit hole tangent you've ever seen in the moon landing. It's going to be a take on the moon landing you never thought, right? Because they said that there's been those one characters that are in Germany. See, we're on TikTok, so we have to be careful.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm just saying that that's what it is. Now, the stuff I can say about the moon landing is the exact thing that's what the government has said. That was what everyone put out. So that I think I can actually talk about and just give a background, especially for the younglings who this wasn't a big deal now because they have all the information on their phone and didn't have to look up anything.
I have crazier theories you haven't heard on the internet before.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to take you down a new rabbit hole you never thought existed.
Can we start with the first one that they came out?
Oh yeah. This is going to be
the
a long
normal
show.
Theory of what happened, and then we can space off to
Absolutely,
the theory
absolutely.
that's mine and is right.
I'm just letting you know, buckle up, chat, because we're going to the moon, right? And we did a crypto show, right? So everybody talks about going to the moon. There's actually a moon behind this setup right here. And that's kind of why I wanted to do the moon landing for the first one. I thought it was a good start for this show.
Especially with the picture we've always had up.
Yeah. Why not talk about the moon landing, right? But I think that it's a good segue from one to the other.
I agree.
So if you are watching on TikTok, make sure you come over to YouTube. We're going to get started. I will leave TikTok up, but you're going to have poor quality for the show. So make sure you come on over. Make sure you share it out, though. We'll keep TikTok up for a little while until we basically have to turn it off because we're going to be saying things that we're not allowed to say.
It's not that. It's just anything that you say against the current anything, we're not allowed to say it because they want to keep the narrative.
I agree. And so that's what's beautiful about having different platforms and not being tethered.
Exactly. YouTube is more free.
Free? Yeah,
ever
I'd
since
say
they lost that
freeze.
lawsuit.
Yeah, free's the right word. Free is the right word.
While it still is free.
Yeah, we can say what we want to say. I keep looking at my mic all funny, like trying to find the right
It's
spot
not
to
an
talk
ice
into.
cream cone. Calm down.
It's so delicious.
Don't. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope.
This is the most tasty.
Nope. That ain't it.
All right, so you want to get started?
That's fine. Okay, so the normal theory, which everybody has been fed, and this is probably in every book that you grew up reading. Apollo 11 took off on July 20th, 1969. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins flew up to the moon.
Wait a minute. Who's this Michael Collins guy?
He's the one that actually flew it and stayed in the ship to make sure that if things went wrong, he was pretty much going to leave them there and bring back the
Left
stuff.
for unalived.
He was going to
leave
bring
them
back
unalived.
all the rocks and stuff and everything.
If they went.
It was in case nobody knows about him. Really, nobody even talks about him because he wasn't on the moon. But he had to keep the ship there to make sure it didn't go.
Or maybe it was filmed in a Hollywood studio and he was.
Or
never
it
there.
wasn't, and okay. He ensured the safety of monitoring them on the lunar floor to make sure that they all got home safely. The Apollo mission returned 382 kilograms of moon rocks and dust. Lunar samples reveal features like glass and meteorite impacts, volcanic activity, and things that could never survive on Earth.
Are you telling me that there's volcanoes on the moon?
There could have been, well, not so much volcano. Think about when a meteorite hits and the radiation it gives, and it can give this fake molten effect, very much so like in the New Mexico, Arizona, those kind of places.
I don't know. I'm not buying it.
Okay.
Volcanoes on the moon.
Volcanic activity. Yeah, that's what it says.
Volcanic activity at some point, or
At some point.
Well, hear me out. Okay, so let's break that down a little bit. We have volcanic activity on the Earth because there is a mantle, right?
Correct.
So what you're saying is that there is like tectonic plates and a mantle on the
At
moon
some point.
at some point. So it's
Because it
and dried
technically
up,
is a
or-
dead star, right?
Wait,
Like a dead planet, dead star. Like
The
it
moon?
doesn't. Yeah.
I don't know. I think the moon. Well, I don't want to get into that yet. I think it was artificially created and placed strategically by aliens to protect the Earth,
Okay, calm
which
down.
is their experiment
Take a step back.
farm.
Take a step back.
All
Listen.
right, I'm gonna reel it in.
This is what the normal theory is. I'm not saying that that's not possible. I'm just telling you what the theory everyone has. And then we had China, India, Japan, Russia all study these rocks, and I'll verify that this is nothing you can find on this planet. So it came from somewhere. Not only that, the Soviet Union could see all the reflectors that were placed by the United States during the moon landing.
But how do you know that?
Because the Soviet Union had everything to gain to be like, oh, they lied. This didn't happen. Because they were in a race with them, and now they're like, oh man, like why wouldn't they blow the whistle on the country they hate the most?
Let me pull up a picture of the reflector, right? So here's the reflector, Chad. So that's what it looks like. There are how many of these on the moon?
As far as I know now, about 12 to 15 that are still workable. But back then it was like 4 or 5. And not only that, I have one of the pictures that where you can actually still see the flagpoles. There's 3 left sticking up from when different people went to the moon.
All right, we'll get to that image next. But let's talk about this. Look at this image, chat. Does this not look like something that an unmanned craft could have left in place? We have a rover, don't we?
They didn't have them like that back then. That's not. But look at. It's like set down like you were to put down a stereo. There's no.
I mean, but
it's not going to go.
there could have been
anywhere.
like some mechanical arm thing that reaches out and places it, right? Like, and
There were no other shuttles that were sent from there to have done that. that were successful.
that we know of.
That we would have saw if somebody would have caught a glance of
I
some
mean,
fire
how many
coming out of
rockets have they
a
set
rocket.
off? They've set off so many rockets at some
do you know?
point.
How do you know? Did you see it?
Because we seen it.
No, but did you see it?
I mean,
But back then, that's what they saw. I mean, I feel like you would see a fiery, Bernie shuttle coming out of the sky, and it would have been reported.
I don't even think the shuttle never went to space.
Everyone else saw it. Everyone in
they
the
saw it go up in the air.
No, but listen
did it
from
go
the
to the
perspective.
moon?
Okay.
The shuttle never went to the moon.
I think it did.
Then we'd have another moon landing.
There have been. Just
Lies.
not in the way that we
Lies.
think. Just not in the way that we think. That's
So
what I
like
said.
they went there and they like orbited the
They
moon
left
and then came
stuff
back.
on it, yes.
Yeah, and they left stuff like these
That was 'cause
reflectors.
that's what we did, and they had to do what we did. And not only that, other countries still use those same reflectors.
I believe it, but did a man put that there or some robotic AI arm thing
And
by
that's
Elon
the
Musk?
alternative theories is that the alien prevention of nuclear war, Apollo 14, the sixth man to be on the moon. Again, not the first time. A lot of stuff I didn't understand.
Wait,
and
the
now
sixth man?
from Apollo 14. This isn't like a first time occurrence. It's just the only time it was publicized because they don't want us to know what's going on the moon. And that is where I'm headed with that. But their thing was to believe that extraterrestrials intervened to prevent nuclear war between the US and the Soviet Union.
Whoa. You just went from we've had like 7 moon landings to aliens.
Yeah, because how else would we have that technology to get there?
I believe
When
it.
was Roswell?
How did
Bring it
we
up.
get there? I think the aliens took them there.
What?
And that's why it was faked in the Hollywood studio, because they had to explain how they got there, because they brought all those kilotons of whatever moon rocks back. There had to be a way to explain that to the public. Oh yeah, we totally built this piece of crap rocket thing and it totally took people through the
That maybe, but when did Roswell happen? 1947.
Sure.
And after
I
that,
believe it.
we started developing within the next 5 years stronger, more interesting technology that had never been seen before. 1963. JFK decided we were going to the moon. And how would he know we had that kind of technology? 6 years later, the big rocket goes to the moon. And how, after Roswell, after all of that, after all these newer inventions, computers and all of it, how did we get that technology?
I mean, I believe that. I don't think that any of this is human technology. Look at the advancements of technology from World War II until now in such a short period of time. We just went leaps and bounds, so it seems like something of alien origin.
Well, since that you said that about World War II, that was the big thing with the Nazi army, which I don't know if I'm allowed to say. And eventually,
Segue in.
Okay, so after World War II, German scientists, I don't think people really understand how brilliant they were. They were also stolen all across the world, but they were brilliant. And they're the only ones who came close to any type of like time travel, traveling through space.
I think they did invent time travel.
Well, and here's the thing. They are the only ones who developed, when we got there, they had advanced flying saucers, top secret facilities that they said that they had on the moon. Like, that came from World War II. And that, Hitler faked his own death and lived out his days in lunar hideout.
I believe that, okay? Because we know that the moon is hollow. Right? So they sent a nuke to the moon and blew it up, and it rung like a bell. And this is how they were able to...
The bell. That's what it was called.
So they were able to know that it basically was hollow, right? And that's why they call it the bell, because they knew it was hollow. So there may be some type of cavern system or like openings inside. And what they did was they built something inside in the center of the moon, just like they have here on Earth.
It's funny you said bell. So the bell that was in Nazi Germany, that was Hitler's baby and had the highest amount of scientists on it, was the time machine, and it was never found. But all the pieces, all the equipment, and all of it was still there, but the bell was gone. It's an actual thing of part of World War II.
Wait, so this bell thing is a time machine?
That's what they said. Now, granted, we have no idea. That sounds crazy for the 1940s, but
I thought it was a DeLorean.
No. Oh wait, Back to the Future. Is that what you're talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
Look,
I'm being attacked by something.
I'm not as old as you. What is it?
There's something attacking me, chat.
Okay, and that leads to there have been how did you not know there were multiple astronauts that landed on the moon?
I thought it was just the 3.
A lot of people think that. There's only one that's been shown,
Okay,
but
what
there's
proof
multiple people.
do you have of this?
All the different countries that said they saw them go.
But why wouldn't they film it? Why wouldn't there be
They already did it once.
landing?
How many times do you need them to do it again? Because they're doing stuff they don't want you to see, like colonizing it. How would you know?
So you think Elon Musk has a bunch of the humanoid robots up there building a underground facility, and that's why they have the electric cars, so that they need to be able to move where there's,
I think that, honestly, like from my opinion, I think that the moon already was colonized.
when we
but
got
just
there.
on the dark side of it.
Yeah, I think it was colonized by aliens.
It's in Elon's best interest to colonize on Mars, which is already happening.
We got there and we found that the insectoid aliens were already there. They'd been living on the dark side of the moon or inside the moon the entire time. Maybe that's when we made first contact with them, is we went to the moon. I think we made first contact before. I think the aliens knew that we were developing new technologies, we were developing nuclear capabilities, and what happened is they saw that, they started investigating us. They colonized the moon so that they could keep an eye on us, right? And make sure, okay, let's make sure they don't get out of hand. But the Galactic Federation has rules that they cannot.
That is way out there.
Why not?
You're talking about some made up, Star Trek kind of deal. Okay. During COVID, not that I trust the government in any way, shape, or form, but during COVID, while we're all locked up, stressing for our lives, what did the government come out and say? And no one cared.
Aliens.
Right. That we've always had aliens. They all existed, and no one cared. Because we already knew.
We already knew.
But how far back? And when did we develop that technology? Pull up that last picture.
Let me see here. Whoops. This one?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. How do we zoom in on it? Oh, that's easy.
Okay. So looking at that picture, you can see the growth from where it is the middle 1950s to 2000. So we went to that and straight up right after Roswell.
Yeah.
Right after Roswell, when they said there
What
was
is
no
this?
aliens. 2400 BC.
And what am I looking at here?
The Egyptian and Greek,
Okay, so that's Egyptian,
like the
Greek.
Colosseum.
Okay, and this is
How we worked from one way to another. So like Galileo, all those kind of things.
and then we got like the car.
Not even that. The
and-
buggy wasn't even until the early 1800s.
Right, we got the
Phone,
phone.
early 1800s. So
and
the
then it
rest
looks
on
like
the
the
other
TV,
side, right?
the airplane,
And all these things happened right after Roswell.
and even now we have social media and smartphones, and
Do you really think mankind, and depending on where you think you're religious or not, was able to produce that and make a huge turnaround in 50 years?
absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely.
When the world's
Look,
like
it was flatlined.
5,000 years old.
It was flatlined
people.
for like 1,000 something years.
Yeah.
Flatlined.
Where
completely.
did that technology come from? Because it wasn't here. I'm not saying
That's
that.
I'm with you. I believe the aliens gave us the technology. I don't think that we did it on our own, and I think that maybe the aliens
or
have
some entity for that
right
matter.
or something, right?
Right.
And the fact they say that, oh well, we can't go to the moon now, right? We don't have the telemetry, we don't have the information, it's been lost or whatever. I think it's because we went to the moon, we got the moon rock samples and stuff, and we've been there, but the aliens took us there, right?
Yeah.
And we got the samples back, and then they had to film it in Hollywood in a studio in order to explain to the public, how did we get these moon rocks?
I disagree.
I
think they took them up there.
I've got a
Look at the camera angles.
lab full of scientists, right? And I got all these rocks, okay? And I got to explain to these scientists where the rocks came from. Well, what better way than to fake the moon landing?
No. Or they took them up there themselves. That doesn't make any sense. If you watch any of the videos or even see the footage, and I'm sure a lot of people have, and they're like, oh, that's doctored. But if you look at it from a scientific perspective, how they act, the way the flag doesn't actually wave, it just is crunched because it isn't the same like it is. There's no wind up there. It all makes sense. We just didn't get there on our own. That's the difference.
So do you think they took us there, or they gave us the technology that took us there?
Either or. But I think they were already on there.
I think it's
I think
irrelevant.
that's what no, because then the dark side of the moon.
No, what I mean is I think it's irrelevant whether they took us there or if they gave us the technology which took us there. Either way, aliens exist in that scenario, and we didn't get to the moon on our own volition.
Or we could have, if we stole all of Hitler's technology.
So where did Hitler get the technology from?
That's a great question. I have no idea. That I don't understand. But he had the top-notch scientist in the world.
I do know this, that Hitler was like obsessed with the occult.
Yes.
And with like different like spiritual and supernatural things. So like what was the movie where they were like looking for the spearhead that pierced Jesus's side, and it had like supernatural properties? What movie was that?
I have no idea.
There was a movie, chat. Someone help me out. The Grill Society. Somebody has to know what movie this was, but anyway, it was a known thing that Hitler was searching out these technologies, and he was open to the idea of science and spirituality and things that we can't understand. He was trying to harness any energy or thing he could in order to take over and dominate the world. So that does make sense. The Spear of Destiny. Yes, that is it.
Oh my goodness.
Bellstar for the win. And don't forget, if you're watching on TikTok, make sure you come over to YouTube. That's where the real show is happening. That's where you're going to get the quality audio and video. And it's not just the camera pointed at my ugly mug. You get to see Jessie sitting right next to me. She's right here, but you can't see her.
I'm boycotting TikTok. Boycotting TikTok.
Yeah. We love TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop is incredible, and we love everything about TikTok Shop. And for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm being hyperbolic.
Okay, so then what are your theories of what's happening on the dark side of the moon? Because I have those too.
Okay, I think there's either like a secret moon base, or maybe it's frozen like glaciers and there's like water there or something. Maybe I've heard where it's basically the front face of it is an artificial to look natural, and the back it's actually like an orbiting like space satellite thing that was developed by the aliens in order to protect us from like asteroids and things like that. I've also heard that the moon was probably made and placed where it's at because it's too perfect. Okay, it's the perfect size, it's at the perfect distance in order to protect the Earth.
It's very misshapen.
I know that it's misshapen, but what I'm saying is it's just perfectly right to sustain life on Earth. That's what I'm trying to say. It's either that it just happened to work out right that way, and that's why there's not so much life out in.
Big Bang Theory.
Yes, but maybe the aliens placed it there, with like a tractor beam. They got their little spaceship and they got their little tractor beam and they moved this big rock.
So are we just like the people in a mousetrap? Like we're just like scientific experiments?
I think it's a food farm. I think it's a food farm. We're freaking cattle. We're being raised.
Then why give us the technology that eventually we could use against them? If you believe that, why give us the technology?
It's primitive, subpar.
To them?
To them, yes. They have they only give us the technology that gives us enough to where they can use us as, I can't say the S word, but to do their bidding for them, right? And then it's just enough technology to where whatever technology they have, it's going to be better. Think of it like this: as the U.S. has like F-15s and they have F-27s, right? They give the F-15s to other countries, but we don't give out the F-27 because the F-27 can take down the F-15.
So we're not mentally capable as human beings to be as smart as anything other life forms?
It's like a process. It takes time to develop and create, and they monitor us so that they will know if we were getting too far, and then they could basically just come and wipe us out with like an Armageddon or a flood or some type of thing to make us start all over and then do it all over again.
You really? So with that narrative, then there's no religion, right?
I mean, I'm just spitballing here.
No, I know. And now I'm asking questions. So if that's the theory, and you went pretty hard for that.
Or aliens
so
are the religion. Maybe the aliens are what people believe in religion is a representation of those things. Or maybe it is something spiritual and benevolent, and we're just... I think that whether you want to call it alien, spirit, God, different things, I think they're just different words that we use to explain things that we don't understand.
No, I completely agree with that because it makes you feel comfortable thinking that there's something behind it than chaos in general. I get that. But that also doesn't make sense because what we're talking about is the only way we could have gotten to the moon was with help. Right? We were in a stagnant. We were all fighting the space race, correct? With Russia and everyone else. How did it not happen? Why would they lie? Why would all these countries who hate us lie? And if that was the case, were they all in a conspiracy? Are like, we know it's aliens, but if we open our mouth, we might not get any more of their technology.
Or maybe the aliens put brain probes in all the people, so that way the leaders of the different countries would go with the flow and not ruffle any feathers. Because they have to be silent, because they need to slowly pick from the cattle. Like, you don't just harvest all the cattle on the farm. You allow some of them to stay so that they can procreate.
Okay. But let's go to your theory because you made me listen to
I have
book.
all the theories.
Behold a Pale Horse theory of his theory of the moon and the aliens.
Yeah, chat, if you have not read Behold a Pale Horse, make sure you join my Discord. I have it posted there under the section Knowledge. And if you have any other books that you think that we should be reading, post them there, #knowledge in my Discord. The link is in my bio. Just click the link and you can join the Discord there.
So
I'm done showing.
You made me listen to it. What was his theory about Eisenhower making a deal with the aliens in exchange for technology for us to do all these things that we've done since Roswell?
Yes, and it was also said that the aliens were supposed to only deal with the United States, but they were making deals with other countries. Why wouldn't they possibly say, hey, you've got to do this and you can't say that, and you can't question whatever happens, because they have a certain narrative that they want to push, and that's what everyone has to stick to, and they're terrified because there are these things that can just zap them with a ray gun and then poof, you're gone. You know what I
that's
mean?
a stereotype. Okay?
I'm just saying, like,
It's a stereotype.
but
That's like saying
if
I love
you're a
salsa.
human being, okay, and there's this being that has superior technology to anything you do and says you better do what we tell you to or else, I'm going to assume they have a ray gun that can melt me, like in Mars Attacks, okay? Like, that's just me. I'm going to say, you know what? I probably should do whatever they say because they can melt my brain.
So call their bluff.
What do you mean call their bluff?
Call their bluff.
How do you fight?
How would you? What? I could be like have like a pretend, pew pew behind a jacket, and you're just gonna.
So
roll
you want
over?
to test that theory?
I do. I would.
I don't know.
Absolutely would.
I think that the people that are in power want to stay in power, and they're like, you know what, I'm just going to play by the rules, and that way things will be manipulated in my favor. And obviously it seems like they've manipulated all sides, and that's why we're seeing, I think, the world we're seeing today. But
do you think that they were preparing? That's the whole point of landing on the moon, to see if they could sustain life, because they knew we were messing up down here?
No, I think they're farming us. I think we're food. That seems to be the most logical scenario. Okay, like if we're here, we're an experiment or whatever. We're food. They gotta eat something. There's something on our planet, or it's us ourselves, that they need to sustain life. What are they eating out there?
They could be like freaking vegetarians. We don't know.
Well, but they're like mutilating cows and abducting dudes in lumberjacks in the forest.
Didn't you dissect frogs and pigs in high school?
I did.
You did. Why?
Because I was hungry.
That? No,
it was right before lunch, and I needed to eat. And I was like, you know what? This looks like a nice meal. You're not going to
like where I'm going with this. Did you or did you not?
I did. I was forced to. I did not want to.
Why did they make us do that?
They wanted us to learn the inner workings of the frog.
So you might find some sliced up cows and deer and stuff like that to study.
So they're studying us, right?
Right. If that's the case.
Then what are they eating?
Plants. We don't know.
Right, they got to be some sort of food source. What if it's gold?
Osmosis.
What if it's gold and they're eating all the gold right now, and that's why the price of gold is just skyrocketing?
That's not why.
And we have to switch to crypto, and we have a
you said the C word.
Backed.
You said the C word.
I'm just saying, like, maybe that's why is they're like, we have to get off the gold standard, and we have to go to fiat or digital currency because the aliens need to eat the gold. They're hungry.
If we are just a science experiment, it doesn't matter. None of it matters, right?
I'm just saying.
No, that one.
It lines up with the timeline.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, what was it? Like the 1930s or whatever that they switched from the gold standard?
I think it was 1916 actually to 1930. Yes.
Yeah, but it was like officially in like what 1933 or something. So that kind of lines up with everything happening. Maybe they're here to mine our gold.
Most of I know what you're saying, because every movie that has to do with any of those things always has to do with some sort of farming something from our planet.
I mean, it's just the most logical thing. Okay, you're in a spacecraft, right? We're in a spacecraft, and we're traveling through the galaxy. We have limited resources. When we get to a new place, what do we have to do? Extract resources. Otherwise, because we deplete resources as we go along.
Okay.
So if they're meat-eating beings, they're probably packaging us up into freezers.
Okay, but see, I understand what you're saying, and that kind of makes sense. But on any journey, don't you bring your own freaking food? Like, I don't go camping in the forest and be like, you know what? I'm just going to see what happens.
Right, but if I'm traveling across the universe,
you have food.
Let's think about it this way, okay? If I've got an RV and I'm traveling from one side of the country to the other, I have to stop along the way for more resources. I have to get more fuel.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get more food.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get more drink.
Right.
Right. So, what if this is not the end destination? It's, a stop along the way to the next destination.
If first of all, they have better technology than we do. If they're able to go across the universe. Second of all, if that was the case, they wouldn't need any of our resources.
So it's like Star Trek, where they just tell the
You're
computer,
the one who started
computer,
down the Star Trek
make
route.
me a cheeseburger.
Now that's
computer,
how my brain is going.
I'm hungry. Computer, make me a cheeseburger.
No, because remember in the video, and I'm sure everyone's watched it with the moon landing, he goes, "What's that?" And it cuts out for a good 30 seconds. A little bit more, actually. He said, "What is that?" And the video just goes off. And then when it comes back on, they're happy and playing again.
It was the aliens.
No, you can't say.
Because the probing.
No. Now, see, you went to a joke because I'm right. What there had to be something there, or either on the other side of the moon, and they just weren't allowed to know. And that goes back to my theory that it wasn't our technology. That we did go. It wasn't our technology to get there.
I think it wasn't our technology. I think none of the technology we're using right now is our technology. We've gotten it from another source, and we're learning how to use and manipulate it and create and do more things with it. But I think they were just like, here's a little bit of this, okay? Enjoy that and have fun, and we get to do whatever we want.
Why then, and you see back in the Colosseum days in 2400 BC, why did they have better technology than they did in about 500 BC? They couldn't replicate it.
I think
that's what I'm saying. Like, do they come here and they're like, let's mess with them a little bit and then they leave?
Well, let's rewind even more. Okay. So in the early BCs, right? Mm-hmm. They believed in like the gods and all these different
there were
things,
multiple
right?
deities.
So what if that's because whatever these aliens or deities or whatever they are, whatever you want to classify them as, came to Earth, right? Extracted resources, okay, and basically caused the fall of mankind, and right now we're in a post-apocalyptic world. Like the world was more advanced and more like it is today back then. Or maybe it wasn't. They came and extracted resources and they said, wait a minute, we extracted too much. We need to give them resources so that they can develop something that we need. Or maybe they came back now, they went back then. Obviously, something came to the Earth back then, right?
Why do I get in a rabbit hole? Please stop. Thanks. No. So, no, but okay. So I get what you're saying.
But what I'm saying is maybe what happened is at some point they were like, look, we need this and we don't want to take the time and energy to make it happen. Why don't we give them this little sprinkle and then they'll do it for us and we get to kick back and hang out and have smoothies.
I can imagine being in the Colosseum and having a smoothie, but what I'm saying is that with that theory, there can be religion was made up, deities were made up, all of it was made up, and we're just a science experiment if you go by that theory and logic.
What if mankind just developed technology to a point where it just like AI, right? So we've developed
Who do you think gave us that?
What I'm saying is what if we did produce it, okay? And we produced this AI. AI is getting smarter, compounded upon itself because it's moving faster, it's thinking faster, it's learning faster, it's producing faster. Could that not explain the same boom of upward technology of we finally discovered this one thing that set a whole lifetime of technology in motion?
Okay, yes and no, but when did that kickoff happen? When did it happen?
Right when the aliens came.
When Roswell happened, and that's what they think. They think they took these spaceship, reverse engineered them, and that's how we made it to the moon with that technology.
Or maybe they crashed here.
They did.
and it was an accident. They were trying to extract resources for their little
But
journey.
it's not the only crash that's
They
on
stopped
record.
at 7-Eleven. They grabbed
Oh my gosh.
some tortilla chips and maybe a hot dog
Why is
and a
everything
slushie.
a snack with you and your
Because I'm
slushies?
hungry. Okay. But what I'm saying is we're 7-Eleven, okay?
Okay.
All right.
7-Eleven.
We're 7-Eleven gas station. We're extra mile. All right.
Sure.
Okay.
Getting our
Aliens
slushies.
pull up and they're just like, hey, we're gonna pull up, we're gonna pump a little gas, we're gonna grab a bag of chips, and we're out. All
Okay.
right. Well, they go to check the oil in the RV.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, we're out of oil.
Uh-huh.
We're stuck here. What do we do?
Right.
We need mankind to produce oil.
So what? They just needed a hit of oil and they took off, and then we're like, wait.
That's what I'm saying. So like they needed a resource, and in order to get that resource without exposing themselves, freaking people out, and doing the work themselves, they said, hey, we can manipulate these idiots into doing it for us. And so they said, here's a little sprinkle and go produce oil and gold for us.
But that's not what's happening. We're using it.
Are we though?
Yeah. Oil. Yeah.
But
Look around.
we have more oil than
Zoom out.
yeah, but they say that we don't have enough oil to sustain, but there's
No, because we use too much of it.
but there's more oil than we could ever use in our lifetime. So maybe the
What? Wait. No. You went off center there.
no.
That's not true. Who told
Yes,
you that?
That's so
Who
very
told
true.
you that?
They say that. See, that's a manipulated thing that you've been told because it is true. But they don't count for other reserves that are shut down. They go based off of what is available to us. There's actually more available to us. We just don't access it.
So in an infinite world, it would be infinite, is what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying is I think there's a reason why we're not allowed to access the full amount of the resources. And we're only allowed to have this little bit of resources right here because the aliens need the other resources because they need to fill up the tank and they need to hit the road.
So like, behold a pale horse, we made a deal and we can't go back.
Yes. And if there's any aliens watching out there, please, I'd like to hitchhike. I got my thumb out. Please get me out of here. Okay. If you want to do the butt stuff, we can work something out, but I'd like to keep that off the table. But let's work something out, okay? Let's work something out.
He's lying. He'll do anything.
I'll try anything twice, okay? If we can keep the butt stuff off the table, I'm down. Take me on the road. Otherwise, we're gonna have to talk because I don't know if I'm down like that.
How did that even come to? Is that like just
because the aliens do the butt probe thing?
Just because humans do some weird butt stuff does not mean every other
it's okay.
Every other
if you
entity
look
does.
at all the different
I read the Bible. That ain't in there.
Okay, what I'm talking about is people have said they've been abducted, right?
Right.
They're just like, hey, this happened to me. I was abducted. This is my story. This is what happened, right? And there's like been several, like some are like, oh, they stuck something up my nose. There are several that said they stuck something up their you know who.
Maybe they were just like trying to make an excuse and explain to their wives why they were hurting, and they
Why
just
they had
made up the
anal
alien.
trauma?
Yeah, what alien trauma?
Aliens.
I don't know
chat.
how we got to this, but I'm just saying, like, that sounds like a confused husband who was like, oh man, I gotta tell my wife something and why I was gone for 2 days, and that's the story he came up with. That's
not
what that
buying it.
sounds like.
I think, just like you were saying, is how they dissected the cows and the cattle and the things, and dissecting frogs, right? People needed to be studied.
Okay, but
so that it was a study.
So, and that's, were they here to either help us or hurt us? And that's the thing.
I
Or
think
both.
they're stopping at 7-Eleven. Are you there to hurt the guy at the register at 7-Eleven? Only if you're robbing the place.
Okay,
So
but
I think what it turned into was a routine stop for gas and chips, and they had catastrophic engine failure. Now they're robbing the guy behind the counter, emptying out the register, and about to jump in the Cadillac that's parked in the front.
I don't.
That's what I think. Tell me I'm wrong, chat.
Here's the
Prove
thing.
me wrong.
As technology,
Prove me wrong.
if this, and the only reason that makes sense to me is because of the timeline. You can see it right there. The timeline clearly shows that we did not start creating things at a very high level until 1947 up until 1969.
Little sprinkle
But what
spring.
I'm saying is it to help us and maybe push us in the right direction? Because look, we were taking way too long to develop anything because humans are kind of stupid. So look, that's 3,000 years of nothing, no progress, no anything. And they were looking at us like, maybe we should help them out.
Have you ever played Civilization?
I have played Risk.
You in Civilization, you're growing from, you know, starting fire and war with sticks and rocks all the way to launching a
Like
shuttle into
barbarians
space,
to
right?
civilians.
Right. So, like, there was a time where I played the game and I didn't quite understand the game very well. All right, so my first time around, I was fighting with sticks and stones, and there was tanks rolling up in my backyard. So my civilization was underdeveloped, okay? But once I learned how to play the game and use it more strategically, then I was able to play it and master and be a power structure in the world, right? But it took knowledge in order to do that. So it is a possibility that they did give us knowledge in order to boost us up from using sticks and stones, right? And maybe that's for the sole purpose of adding us to the Galactic Federation. But the thing is they cannot.
You're just not. You're not going to get away from that,
they
are you?
cannot interfere with
Star
us.
Trek.
They can give us a little sprinkle spring, but they can't interfere. They have laws and rules that they have to abide by, right? So in order for them to actually come forward and say, hey, we want you in the Galactic Federation, we have to become a one world government, because our planet would be the state in a vast, you know, majority of other planets all over the galaxy, all over the universe, not just the galaxy. So,
but wouldn't that still be interference?
That's why they have to let us naturally do that.
If you put sprinkles on a cupcake, you can't unsprinkle it.
I think there are rules that they have to abide by. And I think that what they're doing is they're like policing us. So we've created nuclear technology because of World War II, which is around the time things started happening, and we started seeing the sightings. We saw where all of the nuclear facilities across the world all shut down at once by something. No one knows what did it. So it's a possibility that they are here to observe us, learn from us a little bit, and help us to grow enlightenment so that we can join the Galactic Federation.
If that exists.
They have to come in and say, whoa, hit the brakes, y'all be blowing each other up. All right, you can't be scorching the earth here. Okay, you can't be lighting matches at the gas pump because we're trying to fill up our tank right now.
But okay, that still doesn't make any sense.
Why?
Because you're saying, oh, they're giving us this technology so we can join. If they've been watching the human race, then they knew what direction it was going. So if that is the case and they're creating all this nuclear, at any time they could come in and stop it, right?
I think they could. I think
They
at any
haven't.
time, because I think they have rules. They cannot interfere
It's like
unless it's for our
be both.
safety.
It can't be both.
Or maybe they want to eat us and they can't have us be radiated. They need fresh meat. You know, you can't taste the meat.
Did you really just say that?
You can't taste the meat.
Are we steak? Did we just become steak?
I think we're steak. Oh,
I don't think we're steak, but
I think we're steak.
you understand how that can't work. It can't be both. Either they gave us technology or they're waiting for us to evolve enough to be part of it. It can't be both, because then that's still interfering.
Okay, let's go back to 7-Eleven. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
My RV breaks down. I pull up to 7-Eleven. I'm there to get gas and chips, but
Okay.
the RV breaks down. Okay, and I need to fix it, but I have the part to fix it, right? But I need to fill the tank. I need to get some water. I need to take the dogs out to go poop. I need to do all the different things, right?
What kind of alien are you?
I'm just saying, like, think
that
of
makes
it as
no
like,
sense.
no, you're supposed to be putting your mind in the thought of if
That's
I'm
a human thought.
right, but you're traveling cross country in an RV. It is the same. It's akin to aliens with superior technology traveling across the galaxy. This is what I'm trying to say. So think about this. If you're in an RV and you pull up and you need gas and chips, okay, but you find out that you're low on oil and you need new spark plugs or whatever it is that's wrong with it, right? There's something wrong with it.
You think it'd be here on Earth?
I've got to walk the dogs and take them to poop and pee.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I gotta let all the kids go to the bathroom and run around and pick flowers and stuff. Okay, I got things I gotta do, right? I don't want to get greasy under the hood right now. I'm in my nice shirt, you know, and I gotta
I
wear
need you to get to your point.
I gotta
real
wear
quick.
this shirt across the galaxy. Okay,
It's very intricate.
so why would I do it myself when I have a whole race of people that would be gladly able to do the hard work for me just to get to understand some of the technology? So if there's something that needs to be done with the RV, the mechanic that is at the gas station may not work on RVs, but I'm just like, hey, here's the part. This is what I need you to do. Get it done for me.
No.
Yes.
No.
It's 7-Eleven.
No, get
Earth
off
is
the
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. Because the reality is resources on all planets are completely different. Whether it goes to radioactive, volcanic, the amount of gravity, all of it is different. And the reality is that if they came here, nothing we have is beneficial to them. That's just a fact.
Or they're hungry.
The things that are on Mars are not here, and the things that are here aren't really on
Who
Mars.
said they're from Mars?
What I'm saying is, in the wider sense, every planet, and this, we only know what's in our galaxy and our solar system. But my thing is, in other planets, they're not made the same way. They're not going to have the same resources. Why in any world would they come here without having enough to get back? Because we're not going to have what they need. They need something else.
Because shit happens.
That's that is.
Sometimes you got to let the dog out to go poop.
Give me an actual answer.
Sometimes you got to let the dogs out to go poop.
No, because
you got to stop and grab a bag of chips.
Illogical. If they're really a higher species, that's completely illogical that they would
or
make
maybe
that
they
mistake.
planned that, hey, we're going to stop at 7-Eleven 4 or 5 times along the way. Let's see here. Meet Damon says, what if the UFO crashes were alien teenagers crashing daddy's UFO after going for a joyride? I think you're right. And they showed up at 7-Eleven and were like, hey.
Oh, he's behind the slushy idea.
Can you help me out? My dad's going to be so mad. I will totally give you my cell phone. I know you don't know what that is.
Don't tell, man.
But just don't tell my dad
Learn
I took
how to make a cell phone. Make this for me.
Yeah, exactly. Here's some technology. Fix my shit. I'm going to be in trouble. That's what I think. I mean, that's actually a great analogy. That lines up with the 7-Eleven idea. Earth is 7-Eleven.
No.
And we're the steaks in the freezer.
No. That's not it. Then that doesn't make sense because of your interference argument. It can't be both. I believe that.
I think they're allowed to interfere to a point. I think it lines up with your thing and it lines up with my thing. They're allowed to give us just enough to get the boost, but they're not allowed to reveal themselves to the public and the population. It has to happen organically and naturally. They have to create it, right? And then the only time they can step in and stop us is if we're trying to blow each other up.
I think they're still here.
I think they are here. I think they're still broke down at 7-Eleven.
No, I think they're in the tunnels.
They're in the tunnels.
Where nobody can see. How many tunnels have been, and you can look up all you want.
I mean, there's got to be a reason why we're not allowed down there. Only
because we're not going to be
people.
saved when the freaking when everybody blows everybody up.
I mean, I've been in there, but I had to
few.
have, special clearance to get
you
in.
not anymore because they don't like you.
I have to send my moles in there. No pun intended.
But as long as it's not somewhere
moles.
weird. But think about it. All the underground tunnels, who are they protecting themselves from?
It's an
The
alien
actual
fugitive
people
getting
around
chased by aliens.
it.
That's what Meat Damon says. It's a fugitive. It's Rick and Morty. Rick is crashed on the planet and he's about to get resources. When has Rick ever been like, here's some technology, make this happen for me? I'm lazy. It's Rick and Morty.
So cartoon is your source.
Yes.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I hadn't considered that.
I'm here to
So
speculate.
Stewie Griffin has a time machine. Do you see how that doesn't work?
I mean, when I was his age, I had a time machine.
No.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. No.
I did.
It's just not realistic. Like in a factual
Okay.
way.
So
It's
what
not
is the
realistic.
most,
Computers.
in your opinion,
Okay.
what is the most realistic scenario?
They landed in Roswell, and it's been continued since then. Crashes in Utah, Montana, Arizona, New Mexico, and plenty in California. And can be seen in San Diego. If you look it up, the red lights, which is a program to discredit that there's aliens that exist. And so
Why would there be a program?
to hide it,
Okay.
because that's where they're getting their technology from. Humans are arrogant. They have an ego. They want to be the first to do anything. So my thing is that we have some sort of pact. We'll give you technology. We're going to take your humans.
TikTok seller says, why the U.S.?
It's not just the U.S.
I think
It's all over the world.
I think they told us that it was going to be just the U.S., but they went everywhere.
They went everywhere. You
they're
can look it up.
playing
It's
under
everywhere.
the table.
It's absolutely
They're
everywhere.
making deals under all the tables and with all the different people.
And that was part of Behold a Pale Horse, was that the United States didn't know that they had all these deals with Russia, India, China, Japan. And then they were like, wait a second. But you can't fight something that's stronger than you. So you just let it happen. When it comes to the world, the weakest one always stands back.
So do you think they're nefarious or they're just
I think they're
self-preserving?
like a teenager. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's very self-serving, but also somewhat with a conscience.
Teenager crashed their dad's UFO?
That's not what I
think
meant.
that's it.
But that's stuck in my head.
Meet Damon for the win.
No. Teenagers did not crash, and they're like, shoot, my dad's gonna find out, and here's technology, don't tell. Because there's actual people who have been silenced, and not just in a way of they passed away at old age. They're gone. Accidental crashes, weird, suspicious unaliving, themselves. None of it makes sense.
I'll tell you what does make sense is that we are living in a world where basically we're looking for a one world government, a world superpower. And right now we have, the US, China, Russia, Israel trying to dominate that space, right? And I think in order to join the Galactic Federation, one of them has to win.
Here's the whole point of this conversation, is that we had help, we got to the moon, we were actually on the moon with help from whatever you want to call it, an outside source. And now to tell, like, all these people were lying, every single person in that room was lying. Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins, they were all lying. Can you imagine skipping a rock 7 times and the whole world watched? And then after you skip that rock, they're like, didn't happen.
I've skipped a rock 7 times.
But I'm saying didn't happen. Wouldn't that suck? Like, you're on the moon, you do this incredible thing, and you leave footprints and flags, and then these kids are like, didn't happen, because it doesn't make sense to me. That's so insulting. I would be upset.
I'll tell you what.
So upset.
So let's reel it back in from aliens into the moon landing, and let's get into the thick of it, right? Did we go to the moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. How do I get rid of this thing?
No.
How do I get rid of this? It won't let. We don't need
Up
this
another
one
picture.
anymore, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So,
That's still on the moon, by the way.
oh, here we go. We slideshow.
Yeah.
So, did we go to the moon? Is the question, right?
hmm
That's not it. Okay.
That's where the poles still are.
Okay. They can't see it. We
Okay.
can. Okay. So let's talk about the moon landing. Did we go to the moon?
Yes.
After what I've seen, I say yes.
Yeah.
We went to the moon.
But why do you think we went to the moon?
I think aliens gave us the technology to
Correct.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way.
Are we reverse engineered it?
And here's the reason why I say aliens. This image right here. Chat, look at this right here. Let me pull it up for you guys. This is why. Okay. Computers at that time, this entire room is one supercomputer.
Correct.
And my phone today has more processing power than that entire room right now. We did not have the mathematical capability in computers at that time. Something had to. Now, they did say, and what I learned is that they were doing it by hand on paper and not.
No, but look at that. That's from 10 years before, 5 years before, nothing like that existed. Nothing. Not even close.
Right.
They had the technology.
I just
but
don't.
where did it come from?
I just don't see how they got to the moon with that processing power. It seems like too much guesswork, too much room for human error. They had to literally, their explanation for this, NASA's explanation for the reason that the computer, they admit that their computers do not have the processing power in order to make this happen. And their explanation for that is that they did it by hand. I think something else had a hand in this.
Right.
This is just the facade, and they actually had something more technologically advanced that was really working behind the curtain.
But I think that the mission wasn't just to go to the moon. I think it was to research what was on the other side or something that they thought was there.
Or maybe the Earth is 7-Eleven and
Oh my
the RV is
gosh.
broke down the road
On the dark
moon.
side of the moon, and we have to go help.
Yeah.
Do you no? Not everything's 7-Eleven.
It's 7-Eleven.
No, it's not.
It's 7-Eleven, chat.
No, it's not 7-Eleven. The more realistic thing is that they're helping us, not us helping them. That makes zero sense.
Are they really helping though?
If they're not,
Is it from a
our,
nefarious
if our
helping? Because like I can help you. I can say, hey, oh, you're in a lot of pain here. Take these pills and they will help the pain so much. But now you're addicted to them and I can nefariously,
exactly,
suck resources.
But I don't have anything you want. That's what I'm saying. If that's the
I'm
case,
sure you got something I want.
oh my gosh, listen. What I'm saying is that we have nothing to give them. They have everything to gain. So it could be nefarious.
Unless they're at 7-Eleven, they need a bag of chips and they're hungry.
No.
Maybe they need fuel, gold, something. There's got to be some sort of resource that we have here that they need.
Or we're, what is it? Mousetrap.
What do you mean? What do you mean mousetrap?
The little mouse thingy where they run around to try to find the cheese. That's how we are. They're
So
just
we're
seeing
a science experiment?
Yeah. Like you said earlier, maybe we're just a science experiment.
They're like, hey, we totally found these things.
Weird
on
things.
This.
Let's give them technology, see
Let's
how
see
long
what
it takes them
happens.
to exist.
Let's see how long it takes them to blow each other up.
The Manhattan Project.
Explain the Manhattan Project to me. Like
The
I'm
splitting
5
of
years
the
old.
atom. No, they split it. I'm not going to explain it to you like you're 5 years old, because if there's 5-year-olds watching, we just ruined their lives. So here's the thing. The Manhattan Project was one of the most substantial scientific breakthroughs that has ever happened by splitting the atom. How? Do you know when that happened, when they were able to do that? the technology you would need to split an atom, which is something they can still barely do now. Where did the technology come from?
Well, I know, in times of war, right, we are actively seeking out new technology and different things, right? So that could have been accelerated by, war. Could have driven us into that. Maybe that's what sounded the alarm and rang the dinner bell.
Isn't it crazy though that all of the theories, no matter how you look at it, does none of them come down to, oh, humans totally did this on their own? I have not
something
come across,
had to be a part of
I have
this.
not come across anything that, like, even the astronauts, people who were working in the building were like, oh, it was a miracle. Okay, there's a fine line between miracle and reality, but not one theory is humans totally nailed it. Not one.
I mean, okay, let's embellish that thought that
Okay.
maybe we did come up with it. Maybe things were just stagnant for a very, very long time. And then one day, someone smart enough had a breakthrough and thought outside the box, which set a chain reaction in motion, like the game Mousetrap, where one thing leads to another, the butterfly effect happens, and because of this one breakthrough, now we have progressed so quickly.
But it doesn't make sense.
I mean, I don't believe that.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
I mean,
Not at all.
it's a good theory. I mean, if you really believe in humans that much, but look in the little bit of technology they were given, how quickly they evolved it into something destructive. Within the last,
That's human nature.
Is it?
Yeah.
So why give us the technology? Why do the little sprinkle?
Or maybe
They
they're
haven't seen us doing
terraforming
awful
the
things
planet.
this whole that.
They're terraforming the planet. The planet is good for us to live on, but not for them to live on. So what they need us to do is to basically eradicate ourselves, and it's an extermination. And they're basically just like when you put out roach bait and the roaches eat the bait and take it back and it kills the whole colony. Same idea, eradicating a invasive species on a resource that they need, but they need to terraform the planet. So maybe that, radiation fallout and blackened skies from, an Armageddon like nuclear fallout is the type of environment that they need to survive. Maybe that's the whole point, is like, hey, we'll give them this technology and we know that they're just going to blow themselves up.
There's not going to be anything left. What's going to be left for them to harvest or to have?
Maybe that's the environment they're used to living in, and they burrow underground and live in the dirt. Do worms live in dirt?
That's a stretch, yeah, but they also live with minerals and water and all the things that you need.
Maybe
to
they're
survive.
like cockroaches and they can survive after a nuclear blast. Haven't you seen Men in Black? Remember the cockroach guy?
Oh my gosh.
And he wears like the little suit of the guys.
Men in Black,
Yes.
really? That's your source? What's your source?
I mean, yeah. And we're going to talk about Men in Black, but not today. But maybe it's, like I said, terraforming the planet. Maybe they have embryos and things that once the planet is terraformed, they can go and plant it on the planet, and then they grow, and then there's these different types of creatures and tree-like things that will grow in that type of planet ecosystem.
Deep sea things.
Yeah. All I'm saying is what if what they're doing is they're extermination through advancement in technology, and which causes terraforming of the planet, which gives them a planet that's more like what they're used to live on. It makes sense. Like, tell me I'm wrong.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Why? Tell me one reason why. If you come from a planet that is nothing but radiation and all these different things, and like nuclear fallout is your planet, okay? that's your environment you're used to, and there are things that grow in that type of environment.
Mhm.
There are, that thrive in that, and that's where you come from. That's your life, right?
Mhm.
And you find this other planet and you're like, hey, it has the resources that we need, but it doesn't have the right ecosystem. So all we have to do is give a little sprinkle and plant the seed, and then it will terraform into what we want. If humans were to go to Mars, do we not want to? We've said this before. We want to create an atmosphere there and terraform the planet into something that we can live on, right? Why wouldn't another species want to do the same?
How's that going on Mars?
I mean, Elon's on top of it.
Yeah, he hasn't created anything his entire career.
I know, but like, he's got the vision, the idea. Like,
Okay, and everyone's had that vision for 70 years.
I know, but he's actually
But
doing
how
it.
is it going?
He's funding it.
I-
I think it's actually going well, because if you look at the creation,
Elon's playing with toasters.
if you look at the creation of like electric vehicles and humanoid robots and AI and stuff, those are things that you need in order to colonize a planet.
Why would
I don't think it's good
now
for our planet.
Now you're going into a different direction, because if aliens gave us that technology for us to create AI, you're right. They never intended us to live,
I think you might
because
be right.
they made us create a system that will be smarter than us in like 5 years.
Or we develop the technology ourselves and we are trying to terraform another planet. What would we need in order to do that? We would need an AI to run everything. We would need humanoid robots. We would need, electric cars. Everything that Elon is creating with SpaceX and Tesla lines up perfectly with colonizing Mars.
What if AI purposely sabotages us so we can't go anywhere? Yeah. You're looking at it through these rose-colored glasses. That's just not how it works. That's not how it works. There's no gain for them to be here. There's nothing for them to have. It may be fun to watch.
What if AI is the alien?
That's what I'm thinking. It's biological, like a biological computer.
A biological.
Like they took a little piece and they found a crash and they were like, oh my God, this is it. AI was starting to be talked about back in the late 70s. This is not a new concept. It's been around a long time. It was perfected more. Think about late 80s, early 90s. AI has been around a long time, and now it's smarter than us. And not only that, found a way to put itself in everything we have and own. Teslas are terrible cars, 100%, and they're dumb. And especially the Cybertruck, they're freaking awful and ugly. And I said it. I said what I said.
I mean, they look like they're from Mars. I'll give you that. All right. If you're watching the show, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button, become a subscriber. It's absolutely free on YouTube. And if you're on Twitch, become a subscriber there as well to get an ad-free viewing experience. And thank you to everyone that is watching on Abstract. It is great to have you here with us. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you're watching on Abstract, there is a like button there as well. And those of you on TikTok, what are you still doing on TikTok?
Get your boot over
Get your
here.
booty over to YouTube. You got to the wrong place.
Can't help it. It's like
it's addicting. It's like
I want to say it, but it's like the best hit, like a dopamine hit.
it is. I get it.
Like it's like when you eat cheese and you just can't stop eating cheese. Oh my God, now I kind of want some cheese.
I know. Why don't we have like a cheese?
Like we
plate
should
and
have a
snacks in here?
charcuterie just right here.
Is that what it's called? A charcuterie?
Yeah,
Is that like the
charcuterie board.
cheese and
Yeah,
like
with the crackers and the salami
like
and stuff.
grapes and like a glass of wine?
What did you think it was called?
I don't know.
I want
But
you to say it.
charcuterie sounds dirty.
Well, that's what it's called. It's called charcuterie.
All I heard was cooter. All right.
It's not a cooter board.
But I am
Or a
for the
cougar board.
charcuterie. We need a charcuterie right here.
Charcuterie.
And we can honestly, I think this would be great over a glass of wine. This would be so much fun.
Right? Yeah.
And
Then we'd get banned
a
everywhere.
little wine and some cooter. Who doesn't love some wine and cooter?
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, if you're watching on TikTok, you're missing out, guys. I'm sorry to say it, but you're missing out.
It's
right.
because Tesla suck, TikTok seller.
Let's see here. So back to the moon landing.
Wait, that
This
was a
turned
good
into
picture.
aliens.
That was a good picture. Go back to that one with
This one?
the other one with the other one with the shadows. That go
Okay.
back. Okay, you're just clicking buttons.
I can only go one at a time. Which one? Tell me when to stop.
Just go a little slower. Okay, that one.
That one. Okay.
Put
All
that
right.
one up.
Okay. Back to the we got on aliens and we're supposed to be talking about the moon.
I know. He's struggling with the keyboard. He's
right.
he's old.
So let's talk about this. People say that this is a shadow being cast the wrong direction right here. But if you really look at this, look at this is part of look at there's like some of this like gold like material. There's like an antenna thing. This is part of the lunar module right here. Or it's like a berm. Either way, the shadow's being casted the right direction.
But that was people's biggest thing is, oh, it's slanted. Okay, look at that is slanted. So, and he's tipped over a little bit. That's why that shadow looks that
right.
way.
So these aren't parallel. And we also have to take into account that this right here
It's tilted.
is closer than this is right here. So he's actually standing further back. So because of that, it causes the shadow to have a slight different trajectory.
And not only that,
that's actually very normal.
It debunks the shadows are in the wrong place. They're not. They're in the exact place they would be if they were standing where they're supposed to be standing on the moon.
Right. If this was on the Earth, you can actually recreate this right here. Hello, everyone that came to YouTube. You guys are the real ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Remember, that was one of the big ones that, oh, look it, they're not parallel. They're not even the same shape.
I know, but they say that this is a shadow right here.
It's
of
not.
This right here. It is not. This is actually
You can see the metal if you zoom in.
Yeah, there's something laying on the ground,
Like
right here.
something to
or
hold
it's
it
a berm
down.
of dirt and then something laying right here.
No, I think it was like, like something sticks into the ground so it doesn't move.
There's some kind of like maybe antenna right here or something. This is something for sure. Like this
Right.
this is not this leg right here casting a shadow. It's too small and it stops too soon. It only goes out this far.
Right.
There's no way that that's what that is. Okay. The sun is over here and it's shining this direction. Everything is right. The only reason that this line right here and this line right here are not perfectly parallel is because they are not. He is further back and this is further forward. So that's the reason for that.
Also, the footsteps, and people were like, oh, well, when he stood, there wasn't a puff. There's no wind. So when he made the footsteps,
Right.
there's just footsteps. There's no big poof or anything like that. And
so here's another picture of
Okay.
the shadows, right? So his shadow is projected out this way, and then this one is like kind of at an angle. And that's probably because whatever this is that is throwing a shadow
the pole.
is further or closer away, right? So this shadow is right at his feet. He's holding the camera. So whatever this is probably further behind him, could be quite a ways behind him.
Right.
That's casting this signal, or excuse me, this shadow, and that's why it appears to not be in parallel. So that is debunked.
Right.
The
And
shadow theory is debunked.
just to be clear, I came into this like it's fake. None of this is real.
Right.
And then I
thought
had
it
to
was
do
fake.
I was deep diving into everything, and there was so many scenarios, so many theories. But the more I looked at the footage and the more I looked at the technology and the timeline of how technology evolved and when it started, it made more sense that we went as this big publicity stunt, and it's not. It was us like, okay, I think they needed to retrieve things off the moon. I think we were given access to it. I don't think it's really ours. I think other people colonize it. And this is the motion. The same thing with Mars. We have to make friends with the people that colonize it. I don't like when they're like, there's no human activity there. They would lie. They wouldn't tell us the truth. They would not tell us. because they'd go there to like they're the first ones that are going to leave when this whole place burns up.
I think we went, but we had help.
Absolutely.
Or I think we went in like a flying saucer and got a bunch of moon rocks and brought them back. And then it was filmed in a Hollywood studio so that they could explain why and how they got them.
Explain what is that and the silence.
What do you mean the silence?
In the video of one small leap for man,
One
whatever.
small step for man,
one big leap for
one
mankind.
giant leap for mankind.
Whatever. They're in that video. If you listen to
Really?
it in its entirety, listen. I didn't believe it was real until a couple days ago.
Really?
Was that it cuts out for almost 30 seconds. He goes, "What is that?" Cuts out, comes back, and everything's hunky dory. What was that about? And why didn't they ever talk about it? And even Buzz Aldrin and the rest of them, they're just like, don't know what you're talking about. Don't remember that. It's weird. Maybe they just didn't hear it correctly.
So there's a missing clip.
I don't think it's missing. I just think
Is that
it's
when,
zoned out.
Did you ever see Apollo 18?
The movie?
Yeah.
No.
Where they go to the moon and then the aliens eat them.
And okay, so that's a segue. How many times have movies told you this is happening and then it happens?
That's what I'm saying is like, I think they tell us the truth through fiction.
Like Close Encounters, there are people
Right.
that are swear that something similar actually happened to that. And they were just...
TikTok seller says it's the first minute of the Epstein clip.
Shoot, probably.
I'll tell you, there is something missing though from the tape, right?
Right.
And if you think there isn't something missing
The
from the
message
tape,
was redacted.
then you need to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends. If you're watching on TikTok, you need to come to YouTube to get the full experience. That's at Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces.
And we know they
Come
redact
join
stuff
us.
all the time. Like we're clearly seeing that now in our own what's happening in our climate, redacting names, redacting statements. Like
Oh yeah.
clearly that's not a new practice.
They wanted to
the world has
redact
done that
like
forever.
the entire Epstein files. They wanted to redact basically
all
everything.
of it, right? And so
Anything that had Trump's name on it, so it was basically all of it.
So one of my things though is the biggest thing, and I was talking to Elon about, was that the human ego would never admit their arrogance, the ego, especially those in power, the elite, would never admit they had help. Do you know what I mean? They would never admit aliens were like, okay, influence.
You know what? I agree with that.
Because they wouldn't be like, oh my gosh,
Oh my
I got-
gosh.
oh my gosh,
Oh my
oh
gosh.
my gosh, I had help. They don't say that. They're like, oh, what is it? Lift yourself up by your bootstraps, my butt. That's not what happened. You had help.
Yeah, it seems unfeasible
Exactly.
that we did it on our own. All right, let's look at this one here. We got another image here. Let's take a look. So this is the other thing, right? There is a radiation belt around the Earth. I'm going to pull it up here for you guys to take a look at. Now, do you guys see it? This is the radiation here. And the red right here in the middle is like really, really strong, and like it can basically kill you, right?
Even flying through it, it could actually destroy whatever you're flying. It could just zap.
And we don't have any rockets that are strong enough to basically lift off the air the amount of lead it would take to stop that radiation. So there's no way that there's tin foil, gold foil is not going to do it. Okay. But from what I saw is what they said was that they basically left from here and exited out this way, right? So they went at the shortest amount right before where the red is and just went through this small little section right here, and then they were out. So they only traveled this far. However, and I think they said that they were in the radiation for about an hour. That's where they were traveling the fastest, is through the
Right.
radiation. If you're in the military, I mean, we literally Agent Oranged our own military, right? If you're an astronaut, you're in the military. It's a branch of
part
the
of it,
government,
yes.
right? So the thing is they didn't care about the astronaut safety.
No.
They knew damn well what they were going into, and who knows? They probably all have testicular cancer. For all
Oh
we
my
know.
gosh.
I'm just saying, if they went at all, okay, or they went in some alien spacecraft and they were completely safe and shielded, right? Maybe they got beamed up there in like a beam, like in, the beam
No.
thing, the beam,
No.
like Star Trek, right?
Oh my
Beam
god.
me up, Scotty.
Not everything is Star Trek.
Everything is Star Trek.
No.
Okay, listen. All the technology that was in Star Trek exists today, except for cloaking devices, and I think that does exist because how
Or
would we
space
know?
travel.
How
like
would we
actual
know if
space
cloaking
travel
devices work or
through
not?
light years?
And technically, we do have cloaking devices. We have like the radar, the bombers.
It doesn't make
that
you
can't be-
invisible. That's just makes you untraceable. There's a big difference between invisible and untraceable.
Well, what about the cloud that looked like the Enterprise?
Different time. But my thing is that it's very logical if they have the right equipment that they'd be able to push through in an hour.
I think they could push through in an hour. I think it's
But
plausible.
that was the first time I realized after watching and researching is that how much radiation. That's why when meteorites hit us, it just dissolves into that radiation
Here's the
and
thing:
doesn't really hurt
this
us.
is the U.S. right here. Cape Canaveral's like right here, right?
Mhm.
So that's basically from the equator, which is where it's the widest. So
That's-
they would have had to come up and go like that.
Right. If that's where the moon was.
Maybe that's why when the rockets take off, they curve because they're headed towards the out of
Ocean
the
Gate?
radiation.
What's that?
Ocean Gate. Where's Ocean? I want to know what the F Ocean Gate was doing. You're talking about. Oh, I know what Ocean Gate is. Well, we can do Ocean Gate. Absolutely. Drop a video in the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord already, make sure you join the Discord. The link is in my bio. And click that, join us, and there's hashtag down the rabbit hole, and you can leave your conspiracies, your videos. If you have a story you want to tell, you can leave it there. If you'd like to come on the show as a guest and tell us your ghost story, your alien encounter, your trip to the moon that you had, come on the show. And we'd love to hear about your trip to Uranus.
I would love someone who was abducted. That would just make my day.
I'm working on it. And, or if you were involved in like true crime, like missing persons type thing like that, anything that has mystery that surrounds it, we would love to hear from you.
That makes sense, TikTok seller.
I am working on getting a few gentlemen from Hollywood that have been in the tunnels to come on the show. They have sent me videos. TikTok seller has seen the video because any videos or images that I'm sent that are sensitive like that, I'm sending them to multiple people that I trust for them to upload onto drives. So,
just in case.
Just in case, right? So we have a
because just to be clear,
security plan in
we
order.
talk about stuff that just doesn't land good on certain people or certain environments, and so we back up everything just in cases.
Yes. So if you're gonna Charlie Kirk me, you're gonna have to do better than that because we have backup plans. Okay.
Okay, not that.
You
Don't
can't
say
JFK me, baby.
that. Don't. And
I mean, you
isn't
can, but it ain't gonna work.
Isn't that odd? Like the Roswell JFK, he gets assassinated right before they go to the moon after he announces it.
That explains the magic bullet.
I mean, weird, right?
The magic bullet.
He's like he was always about honesty and transparency, and he would have told everybody. He would have told everybody, been like, the people have the right to know. He had so many things stacked against him that he wanted to be honest and good for the people and civil liberties. And they were like, he's going to tell. Get rid of him.
It's gonna tell on us. Don't tell on me, chat.
Please don't do better than that.
All right. So, the radiation thing. Kind of debunked, but basically it's like they went through radiation and
it's a yes and no, maybe.
the government doesn't care about you.
No.
They'll
They
Agent
left
Orange.
a guy in the freaking shuttle to leave just in case. Now, when they say, oh, he was there to make sure everyone got home safely, no, he was there to make sure all the resources got home safely. If he had to leave, he was going to leave. What?
I'm just reading the chat on TikTok. It says Front Mount Fremont. Oh, now his front face. I don't know. If you're on TikTok and you're chatting, I can't read it. It's too small and far away. You're on my phone. You got to be on YouTube, baby.
We're on YouTube.
We're on YouTube. If you want to chat, you got to come to YouTube. Unless you're just talking to other people on TikTok. That is totally fine. All right. So radiation, I wouldn't say debunked. I think they just don't care about people. Like,
I mean, how many Apollos have blown up?
how many Agent Oranges have they set on? Poof. You know, Camp Lejeune. If you were or anyone you know stayed in Camp Lejeune, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Right?
Did we just what?
All right, so the footprint. Here's the footprint, chat. And don't forget, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends. I know most of you guys are just listening, but spam the chat with emojis and give us some engagement, you know, because engagement does help us. And same with TikTok. Those of you on TikTok, thank you. We do still appreciate you, but eventually you're gonna have to come to YouTube if you're on TikTok. We will not be here.
The stuff we talk about.
Yeah, and we will have to end the live stream at some point so that we can talk about things that we just can't say here. And I'm not gonna leave it up and not say what I want to say just so that two other people that don't want to get on YouTube can get what they want, right? So I'd rather have what I want, and that's to have the freedom of speech.
Footprint.
All right. So here's the footprint.
That's the one that's still visible today.
Still visible today.
It's still visible.
And that's because they have the rover, right? That goes around, takes pictures all the time.
Right. And that footprint, because remember, there's no air, there's no wind, there's no, I mean, not air, you know what I mean? There's no wind up there. So a lot of these footprints are still intact. Now, granted, the moon gets hit by stuff all the time. It's usually a nice barrier for the United States, or for the world. But that footprint is still there. From 1969.
Here's the conspiracy behind this.
Oh my gosh.
So they have Buzz Aldrin's. This is Buzz Aldrin's footprint right here. This iconic picture. This is a picture taken by Buzz Aldrin of his footprint.
No, this was okay.
This is him. He took this picture in his spacesuit on the moon. Okay, this is Buzz Aldrin's footprint. Okay, Buzz Aldrin's his spacesuit is in the Smithsonian right now, and there's a picture of it. And I had it earlier, and somehow it got deleted. But you can look it up, and you can see that the bottom of the suit, the footprint does not match. So it looks like a regular boot with like a cowboy boot.
Do you really think that things in museums are what they are? Do you really believe that? The Mona Lisa that is on the exhibit isn't even really there.
I mean, that's a possibility.
Stop acting like the government tells you the truth. Please stop, okay?
Like it wouldn't be in the museum's best interest to lie about it. Like, say, hey, we have a spacesuit here.
Look, this is the story. And do you, you really think they're like, oh, this is total? No, that's ridiculous.
So NASA's official statement on this, because the shoe print is different, 100% different.
Doesn't mean it was the one.
But here's why. So they had special boot coverings that went over
I did see that.
the spacesuit that they had, and they left them behind on the moon to save weight and room to bring moon rocks home. So they left a lot of things behind.
I want to know what that dot is over the sun. Have you guys seen that? I know.
We heard about it. I haven't been outside to look with my own two eyes. Has anyone seen the dot above the sun? I think it's the
Isn't that
A1
the meteor?
Atlas. The
Isn't
Atlas
that the meteor
thing.
that's coming? It's gonna hit.
That's what it is.
It's gonna hit Mars and kind of go kind of just shave right across us. Is that the one you're talking about?
I think that's what it is. It's A1 Atlas
Mhm.
is what it's called. So that's what you're seeing, I believe. You have to point your phone camera. I believe it because you can't look at the sun.
I think he's talking about your thing, but we're not talking to TikTok. We're talking to
Yeah,
YouTube.
TikTok's on timeout. Okay, we love TikTok Shop, right? TikTok is amazing.
You can't see it with your
TikTok
eyes.
Shop.
Well, I know what you're talking about because I was reading 2 articles about it, and it's supposed to just mostly hit Mars, which is, again, I don't think they would allow us to go there.
I do want to cover this story. Maybe we'll do this like tomorrow. So there's some anomalies with
Anomalies?
that thing. Anomaly. Anomaly.
No, that's
You remember that song?
no, and
Who was that? Who sang that song? Anomaly. Anybody know what song that is? I want to hear it now.
I
I'm gonna
definitely
look it up.
don't. No.
Just kidding.
All right.
Okay, so boot print seems plausible.
Doesn't mean
Debunked.
anything.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything. Yeah, the spacesuit. Maybe they have a fake spacesuit, like you said, or what seems plausible is they had a boot covering that went on the spacesuit that they wore when they were out on the lunar surface that they didn't wear when they were inside the ship.
Exactly.
That they left behind to save weight and room for moon rocks.
Correct.
Checks out to me. Seems plausible. I'm gonna go with debunked. All right, what am I looking at here, Jesse?
Camera.
Okay, there's the camera.
Because people are like, well, how did they take these pictures and videos? That's it right there.
Right.
I didn't know. I had to research the camera, and they were actually training how to use this camera in the setting that they would be in for over a year, so that they knew how to take the pictures. And that's why some pictures aren't
Right, they
so
took
great.
it to like family events.
Right,
and
they
things
took it
and
to all these
everywhere they
places,
went.
and I had no idea about that, but they showed videos of them doing it, and so now it makes sense. And that's why some of the pictures are a little blurry, some are kind of okay, because they're taking them with this camera that's just attached to their chest.
And one of the theories is like, oh, you have to be, how did they get perfect exposure and perfect focus with these? They had special thumb tabs on
Yes.
it.
Yeah, they did.
And they were preset for, close, medium, and far away.
And scan, like one of them just kind of moves it, like the thing, he could move it like this,
Right.
and and it could at the speed of rate it was at.
So we got these iconic photos that are in perfect, focus. That's because they had the focus. This was a special camera that was preset with focus settings, just like your phone is now. It has, preset focus on it.
The one thing I did have an issue with that they brought up was that camera wouldn't be able to survive that environment the film.
That is the one thing
I can't explain.
that I can't explain. I agree with that. That is the one thing is film.
The film
would be
not
destroyed
have been,
in the radiation belt.
In the radiation belt.
Going to and from.
So what was covering it? What kind of material did we not know about that we had was covering it? Or was it like you said, that's the only thing I have no answer for.
And we have a full list of everything that was on the craft, right? There's no list of a lead box that the film was held in.
No.
That is the only...
We couldn't find an answer for that.
And that's why I say aliens.
Yeah, but they had some tech, or they were taking the pictures. I don't know, but they all 3 of them had the cameras on them.
Or they had a digital camera.
Like how would they know to use spacesuits?
how would they know to use spacesuits? I think they kind of assumed that there's.
Well, this
a
was
vacuum in
Apollo
space,
11.
right?
This isn't even the first one.
They'd been in. We'd had the space station at this point. We had.
So this was
we'd
11. There were 10 other
we
ones
sent
and some not
dogs
successful.
into space
That was
first, right?
Russia.
And the dogs, they never came home. I feel bad for the guy that was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to send my dog into space."
First dog in space.
And they're like, "So when does he come home?" "Oh, he doesn't." I wonder if there's still a dog out there floating
like
in space.
On Doggy Planet.
Yeah. Have you heard of space junk?
Space junk.
Yeah.
No.
So every time they go into space and do things, all their different missions, they leave something behind and it stays in orbit. And it's like stuck in orbit, and they're
not like when they recorded on the recorders, and then they took these boxes and shot them in the air in case anybody ever got them, like their tapes and stuff.
I mean, there's some of that, like time capsule stuff.
Yeah.
There's also old satellites that are no longer in use, dead technology, things like that. That people they put a Tesla in orbit. They put all these different things into orbit.
So we're littering. We're littering the Milky Way.
So there's all this space junk.
We can't litter on just
like
Earth.
Flying around the Earth. And,
fantastic.
And now it's actually become a problem that's so bad.
It's littering.
That they're afraid that at some point we'll never be able to leave Earth again on a space mission, because if there is a rocket that is leaving, it won't be able to penetrate through the space junk without being hit with something.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
So we litter the planet, destroy it, and you're like, you know what? We could do better. Let's litter the Milky Way so we're trapped here forever.
Well, that's why Elon's trying to make the Dragon 5
He's
rocket
a problem.
that flies up and then it comes back down and lands itself again, so that they don't leave that, because that's normally left in space.
Why don't you look how his little inventions are going?
With
his
saying,
AI help.
I mean, I saw his rocket take off and land.
Or is it a way to make sure we never leave?
I think that could be part of it.
That is horrifying. That we're literally littering our own solar system.
It says, yeah, there's a shitty Tesla with a dummy in it. And on the screen of the Tesla, it says, "Don't panic." Oh my God. You sure there's not a dog in the front seat?
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so there's a bunch of space junk, and it's actually become a problem. And now they're talking about having to send missions to basically knock things out of orbit to send them to burn up in.
We can't even protect our planet.
And we're going to terraform Mars and do the same thing to it.
We got this. We're the most destructive things on this planet.
What they're going to do is they're going to have you upload to the Neuralink.
Nope.
And then you're going to live on Mars.
Nope.
And you're humanoid. And your humanoid is going to hang out, and you're going to think it's going to be all beautiful and terraformed, or you're going to be out, exploring Mars, right? For free, obviously, because they're not going to pay you to do that job. They're going to make, you pay us and we'll let you go explore Mars for us because we need the info, but you're going to pay us for it. That's what's going to happen. You're going to upload your little Neuralink, and you're going to go sit in your pod and get pumped full of bugs while you're checking out Mars in your little avatar.
Speak for yourself. I'm not doing any of that.
I ain't doing it. I ain't living in no pod eating no bugs.
Do you see how
all
this progress that they're trying to push is just 5 steps back? Every time they're like, "Oh, we did this," they already messed up.
I don't think that's it. It's 5 steps back. I think it's 5 steps forward towards leaving the world behind and going to a new place and starting over fresh, like Adam and Eve.
Why would they need to do that?
Because we've already poisoned our water and we've poisoned our air.
What makes them think they won't do that again? That it's
the little people will sit in the pod and eat the bugs here, and the special classy people will be moved to the beautiful planet, and we shall be on the prison planet. It is not for you, sir.
Or something outside intervenes.
So the aliens come and they say,
because they gotta be mad, right? They'll be like, "Oh my gosh, we give them this technology and they're freaking littering it in the freaking atmosphere."
I think that's part of the plan. I think that's part of terraforming the planet.
No,
I think
think
that,
they're pissed.
no, I think that it's exactly what they want. They want the planet to be unlivable, to kill us off because we are like an anthill.
Or to be like, please help us.
It's
We
like
need help.
We're the roaches on the planet that they're got to get rid of before they move in. They don't want to live
Or
in a
they gave us
roach-infested
enough
house.
technology to be like, they're going to destroy themselves and then we're going to come in right at the last minute and be their heroes.
Now that's a good hypothesis. I kind of like that.
The hero.
And then then we get accepted into the Galactic Federation.
Oh my gosh.
And they are benevolent because they did this. Like it's like mind tricks.
They did us a
right?
favor.
Yeah. Okay.
So you see how that could happen?
I can hop on
how
board
that
with that
could
one. I can
go
hop
down
on
that
board with
road.
that. I'm about it. Okay.
Think about it. There, let us help them destroy each other. And then we're going to come in and be these big heroes that save them from themselves, and they're going to do whatever we want them to do.
They used to have 24/7 live streams on YouTube. I think they took the live down and basically hopefully they forgot. And that's
Interesting.
from the space station. I used to actually watch those.
Wait, though, was that before or after it was called the Space Force? There's a big difference.
Ooh,
Because
so Trump's up there.
Someone who keeps renaming things that don't need to be renamed, like Space Force, which is like a freaking 3-year-old would name it. But like,
Space
did it
Force.
go down during Space Force time, or was it before that?
I like the idea of
To the
Space Force.
Tesla
I would join the
Corvette.
space.
Oh, yeah, because it kept
Oh.
exploding.
The Tesla Corvette.
It was like explode. Well, all his stuff explodes.
I'm sure there's something. It probably got hit by some space junk. And they're like, oh crap, it dented it. We can't have that on camera.
Dude, have you seen his robots? Like, they're not even real. He pays people to talk behind them to make them seem interactive. That's real.
I believe it. Have you seen how the Tesla cars one of them, like self-driving, crashed into somebody's house, and the Tesla alerted a tow truck driver to come
And it
pick
came
it up.
and took it away.
Within like 5 minutes, the tow truck driver was there, and the guy was like, "Hey, like you can't pull this out of here. Like I need to like have the police come and take a police
Cops didn't
report
even
or
get
something."
there in time.
Yeah, and basically the dude looked at him and said, "Fuck you," and then took off with it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
He probably made a lot of money.
Yeah, silence is beautiful.
I should be a Tesla tow truck driver.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I should have done. I chose the wrong profession. All right, next image. Let's take a look here.
That's my favorite one.
What am I looking at here?
That's the official image that they used with the rover and the spacecraft behind it and him with the flag saluting.
All right. So did we actually go?
Yes.
I'll tell you this. Look at how far apart the footprints are from
There's
here
no-
to here.
There's
Like they're not walking. They're
hopping.
they're moving pretty far.
Remember they were showing that they were like hopping.
I think
Because
we
of
went to
their-
the moon. I just think we had help from aliens. One of two ways. Either it was filmed in a Hollywood studio and we actually went in a flying saucer with the aliens, or the aliens gave us the technology to get us there ourselves.
Well, a lot of it, what people don't understand is a lot of the visuals that they see of it landing, it's actually the video of them, the video of them leaving is actually the video of them landing in reverse. And why they
I
did
heard
it that
that.
way, I don't know, but that's just how it's presented. So people are like, oh, but look at this. It's because it's just backwards. And then look, the crispy flag. It's not waving. It's saying exactly like that. They're the ones who pull it because there's no air.
Right.
There's no
And
wind.
they show it like waving. If you look at it waving, it looks like it's in not gravity. It's not like wind blowing. It's on a pole,
and it's stiff.
and it's and they're moving the thing around, putting the pole
To
in,
put the pole in.
and that's gonna swing naturally. It's not like things don't move and swing when you touch them. There's just not wind blowing it. It does not look like wind blowing it.
Exactly. And that's my whole thing.
don't
Like that,
move it.
people are like, "Oh, it was blown." No, it wasn't. It's stiff. You can see it's stiff. Like it's a weird the way it's held together. None of that makes any sense. If it was, actually windy the way people said it was.
And if you're watching, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends. If you're watching on TikTok, make sure you come over to YouTube. That's YouTube/Oz the Crypto Goat or @Oz the Crypto Goat. Come find us on YouTube and tell us hi, where you're from on TikTok. Because you're going to get the full view. So you're not seeing the images that we're putting up here. You're not seeing me and Jesse here next to me. Hi, Jesse.
Hi.
Jesse's actually here. So if you want to actually see the show the way it was intended to be, you need to come over to YouTube, because TikTok is not where it's at. It's just to let you know that we are live. But if you don't want to leave TikTok because you're addicted and you need your dopamine hit from TikTok, then I do understand it is one of the most addictive substances on this planet right now.
Next to cheese.
Yeah, so we won't blame you, but if you're there, make sure you're smashing the like button.
Yeah, because we can only see the comments on YouTube and Abstract.
Exactly. We won't be able to read your comments on TikTok, but if you do want to leave a comment, you can come over to Twitch, Abstract, YouTube, and leave a comment, and we will see them, no problem. If you want your chat to actually be on the recording of the live stream, then you need to come and do it through Twitch, right? So if you want the world to see your comments, make sure you leave them on Twitch. And we love TikTok Shop.
Not me.
I love TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop is incredible.
Nah.
All right. So next image. Let's take a look at this next image here. So what am I looking at here, Jesse?
Roswell. Damn it.
Roswell.
Mm-hmm.
So it says RAAF captures flying saucer on ranch in Roswell region.
1947.
House passes tax slash by large margin.
Those ones don't matter.
Claims Army is stacking court martial. Oh, it's stacking court martial. Indiana senator lays protest before Patterson. Senator Jennifer.
You got way off topic.
I'm just saying, like, this looks really
Secretary of War. Yeah, that was happening
Secretary of War
too.
Patterson demanding a full investigation of the Army military trial procedure. Jenner offered what he said was documentary proof that prisoners are not being permitted to employ either civilian or military counsel of their own choice in the preparation of presentation of their defense.
I know that was happening too, apparently. The world's always been in chaos.
Yeah, the world's been on fire for a while, guys.
And so that's when it says no details of flying discs are revealed. But this whole incident happened in 1947. And that's when technology started to take off.
No details of the flying disc are revealed. Roswell hardware and man and wife report discs seen. The intelligence office of the 509th Bombardment Group at Roswell Army Airfield announced at noon today that the field has come into possession of a flying saucer. So the possession, according to information released by the Department of Authority of the Major J.A. Marshall, intelligence officer, the disc was recovered on a ranch in Roswell vicinity after the unidentified rancher had notified Sheriff Geo Wilcox. Here, I can read
that he found the instrument of his premises. Major Marcel and the detail from his department went to the ranch and recovered the disc as it was stated. After the intelligence officer had inspected it, the instrument, they took it, is pretty much what happens, close it, and the rest of the thing. And then it wasn't until a few weeks later that they came out and were like, totally was just a balloon. And it was a totally a balloon. Not a disc. I mean, I believe the rancher had no reason to lie. Like, he didn't want to be that guy. He didn't want to be like, totally aliens. You know what I mean?
I think aliens.
No,
but
it's New Mexico. He's on a ranch. He ain't that guy. Why would he lie?
I'm that guy.
The government will lie. But that guy, he had no reason to lie about what he saw. Nothing.
Hmm.
But, you know,
I think you're onto something.
I know. Jesse, that alligator Alcatraz made me mad. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Is that our last image? It is.
Is it? Okay.
Perfect. So, what are you thinking? Did we go to the moon?
Yes. But we had a lot of help.
I think we went to the moon. And the main thing is the two things that really can't be debunked, right? One is the film.
The film, how did it survive?
Right.
Unless
there was a lead box it was in, right?
even then, that
But
would,
why is there no lead box that they say, hey, this is where we kept the film? You know, why is there no
and
record
just to
of
be
it?
clear, when people are like, well, the video came from the man that was still in the freaking spaceship.
Right, but when he took the first step on the moon, it was being filmed adjacent from something else. So someone else got off first,
I think
set
that
up
was
a camera,
setup.
and then
Yep.
So Buzz Aldrin was not the first man on the moon. It was
I don't think
Neil
it was.
Armstrong.
I think it was Neil Armstrong.
Or Buzz Aldrin was the first and Neil was the second.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because that's the only thing that makes sense. I know
Either way,
had
they
the
lied to
cameras.
us.
They lied about something. And I know another thing was that, the gloves wouldn't have been able to grab. And then I watched the video. The gloves aren't as thick as they made it seem on these, like, we're debunking this whole theory.
And then also, like the gloves, like the camera was retrofitted with a very big button that could be manipulated. The focusing tabs were designed to work with those gloves.
Exactly. The Chinese weather balloon that flew around us for days. I know. And and everyone still sees these phenomenon, and that's what they call it, these spaceships or whatever. And they're never going to tell you what they really are. You could see it with your own eyes. You could probably see a Martian alien come out and they're going to tell you, you didn't really see that. It was this. And that's been like that. There's a picture, and you can look it up. It's from Germany in, I think, the middle 1600s. And they literally, in their news, with their drawings, have this spaceship battle that's happening, and they don't know what they're looking at. They're like, these firing things are happening. We don't know what they are. And it goes on for days. Like this whole idea of aliens and spaceships and the technology, all of this has been around forever. The Mayans drew it on their walls, the Aztecs, almost every civilization.
There's a helicopter on the wall in one of like the ancient Egyptian
There's saucers
hieroglyphs
on the
stuff.
walls. Yeah.
Of
people writing in them. That's where a lot of like these Africa, they have they're almost like the same kind of writings, but they're the actual pictures of people that they try to emulate.
Interesting indeed.
Just saying.
Now, the other issue was, so the film, obviously, everything else has been debunked except for the one last thing was the computer processing
not being able to
power.
process the kind of information they were getting from the spacecraft on the moon to here on Earth.
And that's why I'm thinking aliens. The film thing, though, that's the one thing that makes me think that it was filmed in a Hollywood studio. And we did go to the moon. We got the moon rocks. We came back.
But then they
tested the moon rocks there.
audio later?
Yeah. It's called dubbing.
Okay. Why is it if we didn't really have the technology to go there in the first place, that we wouldn't also been given the technology to do it live?
And also, they live broadcasted it.
They did.
I barely have the ability to live broadcast now. Like
the walls they made with just hammers. I know, right? But that's what I'm saying. Like
it seems like it was done in Hollywood. That's the only way they could have. You're telling me
maybe they filmed on site.
How many miles away is the moon from here? It's like, what, millions of miles? You're telling me they live broadcasted in real time from the moon to the Earth?
If you can believe they had the technology to get there, then why can't you believe the other thing?
Because they didn't have the technology to broadcast like that around the world.
What if it was at a like super delay and we just didn't know it?
It probably was. If it was, it would probably
Wouldn't
delay.
that make more sense?
Yeah. So
What if it was like on a 30-minute delay, and the way they presented it to the people, they did it on a 30-minute delay?
Abstract is on a delay.
Yeah, I saw that.
We're live streaming. It's on a delay. So like,
So why is that impossible? But we're only on a
but how
delay
did
by
the
10,
film
15 seconds.
survive the radiation? It makes no sense. It seems like
They
it was
survived
done
in their
Hollywood.
ship there.
All right, chat. I want you to tell me, what do you think happened? How do you think we went to the moon? And if we did, was it in a Hollywood studio? Was it in, like we were being told? I don't know. I'm not buying it. I think we went in a flying saucer and we were taken there. We brought, the rocks back, and then they had to create this elaborate ruse in order to say, how did the rocks get here? Oh, it was aliens. No, we're going to film it and say that we went and got them ourselves. It seems like the most plausible.
The only reason I kind of think that is, one second.
It's the most plausible, scenario of everything that we've talked about.
Zoom it.
Hold on.
This
here.
is my only thing that I don't like. Why does that look like tinfoil that I would put over a pan?
Because it is.
Well, my thing is, what I looked and I looked and I looked, and there is some purpose to it. It's to reflect radiation, which makes sense because that is a big part of it.
This paper thin.
That's actual gold.
Okay. This paper thin gold foil it would take lead like 2 feet thick.
Well, look
stop
how
the
big
radiation.
that
That's
post is to
gold
him.
tinfoil.
But it's an odd thing, and it's not even like put on there correctly. It looks like someone, like if one of my kids, like my 10-year-old was like, you know what, I'm gonna put this over a pan real quick. That's the only issue I really have. I don't know why it bothers me.
I'm leaning towards this was done at Universal Studios. Why do you think they showed the Earth in the whole thing with the Universal Studios logo? Like, it was filmed at Universal Studios.
Leaning toward a studio. I believe we went to the moon knowing aliens were there already. We went to recon the moon. They then filmed in a studio in case the aliens killed the astronauts, and to edit out the moon bases they saw over there. That is an interesting. I like that one.
I like him.
That is a very realistic, in the way we're speaking, way to look at it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Michael Collins.
Right, they can't have people, dying on camera and live TV in front of everybody.
Michael Collins was there to make sure that stuff got back.
Remember?
Not them.
Remember, what was it? Apollo 8, where the people were cooked to death?
Yes. It exploded like on the floor.
And that had just happened recently.
Yeah.
They couldn't have that happen again.
Right.
Right. So maybe we did go to the moon, everything, and they just reenacted it in order to, just in case they don't make it. And
that's what I was saying.
And then this way we'll win the space race, whether we make it there or not, but we're actually going to go there and give it a try. And then we don't have to worry about the film.
But the alien factor's still in play. That's the whole thing. Nobody thinks we did this entirely, completely, unequivocally on our own.
Aliens were there. Yeah. Or maybe we went there first and came back and they were like, oh shit, the film didn't make it. There was a bunch of aliens there.
Because there is a moment where they're like, what is that? Then silence. And so what? And then it says, how bad would it be if they filmed it in real time, aliens on the moon killing the astronauts? Because I think they knew.
I agree. I think that they filmed it either before or after the fact. I'm going to assume before, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they released the footage when they went, as though it happened in real time. But it was.
That's what I was saying. Like, I think there was a delay, a huge delay in what was happening.
No. I think they filmed it, the whole thing, right? And then they they filmed it in a studio. Then they sent the astronauts to the moon, and then basically, there's a mission plan. Like, things are supposed to happen this way. This is what it's going to happen when you guys go to the moon, right?
Right.
They just filmed it ahead of time and then sent them or didn't send them at all. And basically, in case something happened, like you said, in case there were aliens there, or in case there was, they couldn't have that all happen live on TV, or they went before and came back and they're like, shit, the film didn't make it. It was all destroyed. All right, we'll just reshoot it down at Universal Studios real quick and we'll be all right.
So you're saying, okay, but what I'm thinking when he says recon, yeah, that would suck to have your astronauts go up there and then get totally destroyed by aliens when you're trying to find out if they're there or not.
The two damning things.
So was it, okay, is it the same 3 people that went in the first place and filmed it?
Possibly.
No, it has to be yes. And why would
I would
they
say
lie?
yes, but like they're in spacesuits. We can't see them. They could have done it live in the studio while they were actually on.
So you're
the moon.
saying everybody lied.
I believe that's probably the most believable thing I've heard today, is that everybody lied.
I listened to Buzz Aldrin talk today, and there's nothing about that man that screams, I'm a liar.
Hypnosis.
Oh my God.
Tell me I'm wrong. MK Ultra. These guys are deep in the military and all that stuff. And why not? Why not MK Ultra Buzz Aldrin? Why not? Like
people think like, oh, he's doing it because the press and yeah. Michael Collins was like, it was cool, and then just kind of vanished. He didn't like die or anything. He was just like, I'm gonna go live my life.
You think
now.
he would be more like, hey, I was there too?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't like, the other 2. He never got off on the planet. He never got to step down onto the planet. The planet you're saying they never went to.
Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends. This is Down the Rabbit Hole with Oz the Crypto Goat and Jesse. Thank you for being here. And if you're watching on TikTok, make sure you double tap that like button. And if you want to send a heart me or any gifts, much appreciated. It does help our algorithm. But if you want a better viewing experience, make sure that you come to YouTube to get the full experience, because Jesse is actually sitting next to me here in the studio. You can see Jesse, you can see the images we're putting on the screen, you can get the full effect. TikTok is just a tangent. All right, it is just there to let you know where we're at.
Yeah, it's controlled by the U.S. now, so it's not as fun.
And we can't say everything we want to say, and it won't always be able to watch it on TikTok. You're going to have to come to YouTube at some point, because when we hit a soft subject,
it's going to ban
off
us.
come the cameras. All right, this is going to be 86th, and you're going to have to be on YouTube to find out. But we're giving you an opportunity. We're hitting a few light subjects, the moon landing,
right.
For now.
One of the things we're like, oh, why didn't we go back? And that was my question too. And then they're doing research. We don't need to. We already know it's there.
We need to go back.
And
that's where Hitler's at. We need to get him and lynch him.
We already know what's there, and I think we're not allowed to go back.
Yeah, the aliens were like, you get to come one time, you can poke around, and then get off my land.
Get off my land. Because what else would be able to survive the dark side of the moon? Because it's not us. And not only that, 0 communication. And I think that was, do you remember the Transformer movie? And they recreate
which one? They made like 11D.
Dark Side of the Moon. They recreate the scene, and then there's that radio silence. And so that was their opportunity to go on the other side, and they found a transformer.
Okay, do you know how long it would take them to travel from where the lunar module is to the dark side of the moon?
They faked the timing.
Unless they got beamed up by Scotty in the beam thing.
It is not Star Trek. But in that movie, that's always been the insinuation that there was something on the dark side of the moon that we're not allowed to be or go, because even for any kind of amount of time, it could be detrimental.
Hold on. I'm going to look something up. You riff for a second. I got an image to show you guys, chat.
An image, okay. It better be appropriate.
It's appropriate.
My delicate eyes can only handle so much. I'm an angel.
I still think that, there seems to be some sort of alien interference, just like the graph that you showed, that over time.
But Transformers tried to tell us, like, there's something on the other side. You might want to go take a look. Do you know what I mean? Like we've been told by, and I know people are like, oh, it's a movie. How many movies in the technology that you've seen in the past is happening now?
Well,
Like all of
like
it.
Star Trek, everything
oh my
is there.
gosh.
Everything that was in Star Trek
Okay,
is
you're gonna
there
have to
today.
start using freaking Star Wars. I am so tired of Star Trek. Use Star Wars from now
Star
on.
Wars is for the rebellion and the resistance.
I know.
Okay.
This makes me want to buy a telescope just to look at the moon more often. And you know what? We actually have one. And yeah, it's the company's. Anyways, and it's actually really cool. But I want one of those. I want to go to those ones in New Mexico where they let you go to like visit the observatoriums or whatever they're called. Oh no.
Hold on. There's an image I want to show you. If I can.
But they
find
only let you look at so much. And what is it? We've only can look at, what is it, like 12% of the sky at any given moment with all the telescopes in the world. Which is why I know they can't track all planes and all that kind of stuff and aliens. They have no way.
There it is.
Oh no. I already see where this is going.
Well,
You gotta go back to click pictures. Oh, that's pretty cool.
right.
Is this an actual theory though?
Yeah. Here it is, chat.
Oh my gosh.
Here it is. Here's a rabbit hole for you. Look at this. This is supposedly what the moon is that it's hollow and it's a giant
A man-made or alien-made.
alien-made like base satellite thing, and it's like designed to stop asteroids, to create the tides and different things that it does, right? It's perfectly positioned, and this is one of the ideas, right, of what it is. I've seen another one where basically it's like the front side of the moon that we see all the time looks like this, and the back side looks like, you know, like some space station thing, right? That
Right.
we can't see. Obviously, you know, whatever, but we do know this. The moon is hollow. It has been proven.
I know, but people think the Earth is hollow, and we know that's not true either.
The Earth is hollow. I've been inside.
All planets are hollow.
Okay.
No,
Maybe
no.
yes, maybe not.
You
I think
would
it's
have
more
to
like
had gone 100 miles
it's
or
not
so
hollow
under
like you think. Okay. Are we going to do hollow Earth theory now?
No, I'm just saying that doesn't make any sense because it can't be. And you could have never, nobody can know that. You know how deep under we would have to go? All they can go by is imaging, and that is even a stretch. We don't have that kind of technology. Now, this, I understand why you would think that because of its placement, but there are plenty of other moons that are with other planets that you're going to say they were all given a moon to help that planet work in the way it does?
Eric says there's a movie about it too.
What?
The moon base.
The moon base? Oh, I bet there is. Oh,
I'm
I
sure.
100% bet there is.
It kind of looks like the Death Star. You said I had to go Star Wars with it, so
You really think
yeah.
Anakin's in there somewhere?
No, I think what it is eventually one day the Death Star is gonna.
Do you think that like they're like hiding out there and they're just like waiting, and then they invade Earth?
Well,
and
they're
then
still building it.
No, but I'm saying like they invade Earth, and then the elites go into the tunnels, and then the rest of us just become claves, and we have to
I think
or get destroyed.
I think, you know, remember Star Wars? They were building the Death Star, right? And then once the Death Star was finished, they practiced on, what was it, Endor, right? And Earth is Endor.
Yeah, but they're. I do like Star Wars.
You said that, you said stop with the Star Trek, so here's the Star Wars,
I
okay?
do like Star
You
Wars.
wanted
But
Star Wars, you got
the
Star
difference
Wars.
is the light years. The reason why Star Wars works is that they can move through light years with zero
Question:
time.
Can the oh, now I'm brain farting it. The Death Star. Can the Death Star move at the speed of light? Like,
No,
so it has to move slowly through space.
right.
Interesting. So how did they get it from here to there and everywhere? Just like
slightly
floats?
moves. Yeah, floats.
Just floats.
Yeah.
And they just like
Only ships with light speed. Imagine trying to take something that big and put it at light speed. That doesn't make any sense. Even something
So,
small would be very difficult.
what you're telling me is that
Here
the
we go.
Death Star cannot do the castle run in 12 parsecs.
Look at Han. That's not what we're talking about. Okay.
I'm just saying.
No, but-
that's what you're telling
But if
me right
that's
now.
your theory, no, it couldn't move that fast, which is why it does move at the state that it does. If
Interesting.
you think that, which I think that's crazy, but apparently people believe it.
I believe it.
I believe you believe that.
I think Star Wars happened a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It told us so.
No.
Read your Bible, people.
Read your- That's not it.
Read your Bible,
That's
people.
not it. No. That's an interesting concept, but I also don't believe the Earth is hollow. Like, could be inhabited, but not hollow.
I think there are hollow places in the earth. Look at all the caves and caverns, right? I've been in tunnels, man-made
I was gonna
and
say.
caverns as well. There's a lot of hollow places that are very, very deep.
I know. I'm not saying that
How
there's not
deep-
holes, but does it mean it's completely empty? That doesn't make any sense.
All right, let's pull up the hollow earth then.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
Moonfail is the name. Really good movie.
Moonfail.
Well, that's on my list.
Yeah, we're watching that tonight. You want to watch it before you go?
I will. I don't know. I got kids. I'll probably watch it on my own tomorrow.
Oh, what did I just do?
Lost it.
I just oofed.
You poofed.
I oofed. You ever had a girlfriend named Oof?
Never had a girlfriend.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't believe that for 1 second.
I'm an angel.
Sure you are. Okay, let's see here.
Hollow Earth theory.
Yeah. I think this is a good segue into tomorrow. I think we should,
Tomorrow.
yeah, Hollow Earth.
I didn't know I was working tomorrow.
You're working every day now.
No.
Here it is. Better. There's a better image.
Hollow Earth theory. How can you believe that? Wait, there's tunnels. There's a show tomorrow, bro. What? I didn't know either, man. He just said that right now. I didn't know. No one tells me anything.
I think there should be a show tomorrow.
I didn't prepare for one. This one took me a week to research.
All right. Maybe we'll do like a every other day thing. We haven't come up with a set schedule yet, so maybe I'll do a crypto.
Well, because
show or
every subject that I bring up, it's like, no, not that one yet. No, not that one yet. YouTube's on that one.
Whoops. Oops.
Like, I need time to prepare. I'm a student. Like, I literally, look, I did all of this. There's 3 pages full of stuff that I researched.
She just wants to make sure that I pay her. She's like, look, I did work. You
No,
owe me
I'm a good
money."
student and I know I'm right.
All right. So here's a rabbit hole for you. A literal rabbit hole. Okay. So there is supposedly a hole in the North and South Pole. The Earth is hollow. And this is what?
Like another.
Agartha? Agartha.
I think I've heard that in like a kid's movie, a kid's tale.
And then there's like a central sun. I do not believe that the Earth is hollow in this way. I think this is nonsense.
I
No.
do believe that there could be some sort of life, terraforming life underneath. I don't know.
There could be, and maybe like, but a central sun, really? Like, we'd have to look into this more. We'd have to dig into this rabbit hole. Obviously, we're not prepared for this. But
No,
I think that
I'm
we
not.
should cover this on the next show, because this is
Well,
interesting.
this goes into the ice wall.
Right, flat Earth.
It's
all
there's
that.
Earth is not flat. Trump went over the ice wall for so long, everyone thought he died.
Oh my God. What do you think, chat? Do you guys want us to do this one, Hollow Earth, and we'll do Flat Earth, and
And it would be the ice wall as well.
we'll do, and then the biggest conspiracy that the Earth is round.
It is round.
No, every other planet is round, but ours is flat.
You're not baiting me right now
No.
without all my information in front of me.
I think they're all hollow. That's what
I
it
don't think
is.
they're all hollow.
I don't know.
And they go by heat signatures. The heat signature is hotter the closer to the core. But still, even with that, how are they getting it? Our systems only go down so far, right?
TikTok seller says, I want to do Kirk, but I don't think that's going to happen.
You know
Captain
what?
Kirk, beam me up, Scotty.
Oh, here we go back to freaking Star Trek. We said Star Wars.
Captain Kirk.
You know what? We actually can, just because I don't care about TikTok. So
Right.
I'm down for that.
We'll do it on
TikTok
YouTube
seller. I don't
exclusively.
care. Yeah, we'll just do it on YouTube. We'll give them a minute to move over. If not.
I feel like it's too soon.
I don't.
All right.
Charlie, you won. You did
No,
it.
that's wrong. Don't do that. It's too soon for that. Give
It
Give it
isn't.
a few years. And
It's
then
like,
I'll laugh
okay,
at
so I
that,
can't
okay?
make jokes about
I mean, I
Abraham
laughed.
Lincoln. You did laugh.
I did laugh, but
And then you were like, I can't laugh at
but
that.
at the same
Jesus is watching.
I'm just saying.
And the
And
Grammy goes to.
Oh my god. I'm just saying, like, it is a sensitive thing, and like,
Is it though?
no one deserves that.
No one does. But I'm not celebrating and I'm not sad. That's the difference.
I mean, I'm not celebrating.
I'm sorry. Okay, here's
I'm sad that that's what this country's come to, but yeah.
okay. I'm gonna just real quick.
All right, we'll do Kirk.
Real quick.
We're gonna do Kirk.
Real quick question.
Uh oh.
Did anybody care about the people following Hitler when they died?
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Nobody did.
I cried.
Nobody did. Nobody cared about them. Nobody cared about their family. Keep that in
They definitely
perspective.
cared about Hitler so much.
They
sent
cared
him
about
to the moon.
and the people who followed him. No one cared when they were gone.
So, off of the Hollow Earth,
I said what I said.
tell me about Hitler on the moon.
Okay, so that was his whole thing, was time travel and space travel. He was focusing, that's where the majority of his money went, not just obviously the military, but that was part of it. But his scientists, he literally had them working on it. He stole scientists from America, Russia, all over the world. Where if you don't do what I say, I'm going to off your whole family, lineage, whatever, because
Yeah,
that's the kind of
Kirk.
person he is. Because people who do bad things and preach violence and unsettling and telling people that they don't matter causes violence. So we'll just leave it at that. But my thing was the bell. The bell is a real thing you can look up, and it disappeared when Hitler was
Tell me
unalived.
about the bell. What is this bell?
You've never seen it?
No, I didn't.
Contribute to the conversation.
I looked into the moon landing, not the moon base.
Well, because that was a theory, the Nazi theory, that the reason we had to go to space was to make sure to the moon was to make sure he didn't colonize there and was still alive.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that the moon landing was because they knew that Hitler was there,
They
and they
thought
had to
that
go
was
find him?
it's a theory that he escaped to there, that he never really died, and that their mission was Russia and the US got together to send people over there to send us to the moon to make sure that his bell didn't actually work. But it was gone. It just disappeared.
Wait, where's the bell? Where was it supposed to be?
It was in Germany, underneath the facility. That would have been unbelievably difficult to get out if you didn't even know where the facility was.
So he time traveled. So he went to the year 2025 to dress like Donald Trump and run for president, is what you're telling me. Because that's what I'm hearing.
No. But it's an actual theory that he had established a top secret facility on the moon.
Right, a theory, but is that like an official theory, or like that's just people speculating?
I mean, all of this is speculation. Everything about theories, conspiracy theories, are speculation. Even the truth of it nowadays is speculation. But but it is one that is regarded because of the technology that he did have and the things he was working on.
So the bell is like a time traveling device
or spaceship or something. They weren't really sure.
They don't know what it was.
They just know as soon as they got there, it was completely gone, which would have been impossible.
I've seen some images of like the bell thing, and it was like basically it looked kind of like a UFO, like
it looked like a spaceship.
saucer. Yeah. Okay. So that.
But it was called the bell.
The bell.
That's what they referred to it as, so people wouldn't know. Like they were like, "Oh, we're working on spaceship," and I'm like, "We're working on the bell."
Interesting. And all their helmets were shaped like the bell. It's like that was their crowning achievement kind of thing.
I just know that they said when the United States infiltrated that they had technology they'd never seen in that room, but the bell was gone.
You know, there's supposed to be some sort of like scientific or spiritual thing about bells. You know, bells are
for whom the bell tolls.
Right. There's bells associated with Santa Claus and Christmas. Bells, a copper bell to trap Krampus. There's a whole bunch of like mystique around bells, and then also all the bells around. Like there used to be bells everywhere, and they've all been like removed or destroyed. Even the Liberty Bell.
I was just about to
cracked,
say that.
You know. And so we don't really have the bells anymore, and some people say that like, you know, the vibrations from it, you know, caused like enlightenment or like a higher vibration and things
but they
like that.
Still exist in very small rural cities,
right? And
where almost no crime happens.
Yeah. You know, I used to, growing up, we had a train bell. It was big. It was like big round, and you pull on it and go ding, 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 ding. I used to love that thing. But like, I don't know, like you don't see things like that anymore.
No.
You don't. You know, they almost seem non-existent.
It's like they disappeared. Like I noticed that with the onset of phones and devices and all that kind of stuff, that they slowly kind of took things and we didn't even notice because we were so busy. Oh, look at this new thing. Oh, look at this new thing. And things kind of slowly just moved out of our own reality. You ever notice that? Like,
I did know, like small incremental changes over time.
Right.
Even now.
That we wouldn't even notice.
Go to the store right now, Chad, and try to find a bell. And if you do find one,
that actually works. That's
an
actual bell.
Most bells that are out there, they don't actually. They're not
like these little tin,
they're super
crappy
thin
ones.
And like nothing to it. They don't cause any real vibration or any sound. They're really cheap.
Like
and
a solid bell.
I would urge you to go and try to find a bell. And I think the only place you're going to find one is like at an antique store. What are you saying?
The Russians drilled the furthest into the earth, and the drill couldn't withstand the heat and pressure as it went further down. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know. And they were saying that they could hear the sounds of people screaming in torment from hell on the other side.
I don't think the Russians publicized that. I don't think
that's a real thing that's published. We can cover that one. Oh, that's for sure. I had looked into it. I've actually seen the hole. They also couldn't prevent the walls from the hole from collapsing in the gravity of the burying the drill. Cowbells are not used much.
Right? Nope. And it's like
all bells.
Yeah, it's almost like all bells. They just don't want them. And it's like one of the weird things. And now you're going to start noticing things in your life when stuff like this happens that are no longer there,
and there's just
or no longer being used.
That they've just started erasing.
Yeah, it's just like they're slowly rewriting history without the things they don't want you to have for whatever reason. I don't know if the bells give off a signal that they don't want it to go to certain places, or I don't know. I notice the older I get, the less I see certain things, which is odd.
Yeah. And this is a little off tangent, but one of the things that I do want to do for this show is the Mandela effect. Okay. And we
JFK.
Yes.
That's what you're talking about.
We're going to be covering that story now. I think
we're going to have to hide that damn thing. You understand that, right?
Well,
because it's an original copy.
I understand. but I think it's important. I think the most important thing to be here, and what I'd like to do is play the video here, but I'd like to also play the record.
We'll see about that. A whole corner of a building in the Bronx fell. I saw that.
Today?
Saw that today. Yeah. Like it just
Out
the
of
corner. Yeah. Yeah.
Was it a 747
Train
jet?
whistle. Huh?
Was it a 747 jet?
No, the Bronx, a corner of the building out of nowhere. It's like those big buildings. The corner just went.
Sounds like gentrification.
What are you talking about?
Sounds,
This is what do you mean? Like offing people?
No, you don't know what gentrification is? It's where they take like low income housing areas and they allow them to become decrepit and crumble and basically fall apart so that no one wants to live there and they all move away, and then investors come in and buy it up for pennies on the dollar, and then they turn it into super nice stuff. Yeah.
Got it.
They do it, and like it's like normal.
Even the train whistle isn't. It's weird.
Yeah, train whistles.
We hear them.
There's
once
something
in a while.
more mystical about bells, and like if you look into like New Age healing and stuff too, like there's something to do with this audio and vibration. Being an audio engineer, one thing that I have learned is that there are
sinkhole.
You can actually heal the body and like with medicine with audio signals. That's why the New Age people, they have their bowls and they hit the bells and things like that.
Right.
That's a real thing. Like is studying audio.
That's what I'm saying. In the smaller rural cities, weren't really controlled by anybody. They still have them. We don't out here.
And I think that there's probably some sort of like healing or control or some sort of property to it.
Right.
And like that's another thing is let's cover audio and audio waves and things like that and how they've changed the frequency of music and different things like that. I think that would be fun.
The whole world is an electromagnetic force which creates everything.
Right, but they changed like all the music that is produced today is at like 440 hertz, and it used to be at like 170 something.
You just want to talk about a subject that I don't know a lot about so that you can sound smart, and even though I'm smarter.
I'm just saying.
It's just the California way of burning all the houses, but the New York way. I mean, that's a different type of way.
Yeah, because they already had the New York fire. They can't do that one twice.
So just have the buildings kind of fall. I mean, in retrospect, I think the building was made of bricks, and that was a ticking time bomb. That's why they don't make them like that anymore, because they do collapse, they do deteriorate, and there's very little you can do to fix them so that they don't.
That's why
and it looked like it was in the hood.
They don't build houses out of brick in California. They're illegal.
We have too many earthquakes.
Right? So they collapse on top of people. So we don't have that here. If you find a building in California that is made of brick, it's over 100
bells
years
must
old.
hurt the aliens.
Bells must hurt the. That is actually a theory.
Maybe it hurts their whole senses, like they can pick it up wherever it's at. That is a good job, Shelley. That is a great theory.
Or they're like Krampus and they can be trapped inside one.
Or they're terrified of them and they go away and then we won't get our technology.
Or the vibrations like mess with them and.
That's an interesting concept.
That was a win right there. I'm like devils scared of bells and horns. We got to dig into this one.
The bells?
The bells. For whom the bell tolls, time marches on.
Get off my blanket.
And don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends. I'm Oz the Crypto Goat, and this is my lovely assistant, Jesse. And this is Down the Rabbit Hole. And if you're watching on TikTok, don't forget to double tap that like button and come to YouTube for the full audio video experience. And that way you can get the full enjoyment of the show.
That's true. It's like in a Spider-Man movie, vibrations is a weapon.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on Twitch as well.
Exactly.
Where the vibrations are like messing with you. Or they can sense it.
I need my butt cushion.
Is it because of the aliens? Did they get you?
Yep. There's a little hole in the back for probing.
And oh my gosh.
There we go. Oh, that's so much better. I can't sit in the chair for.
That's why I keep moving around.
Yeah, I just
can't sit very long.
I like this. This is comfy.
See, now you see why I sit on my
sit
feet
like this.
Yeah.
You know, I like these new chairs.
Yeah.
These are comfortable. I could sit in them for a while, but it does take some getting used to. I'm so used to my other chair that this is completely different for me. I'm not happy about it.
In the same way, is this on Twitch as well in the same way?
It is on Twitch exactly the same way. So come on over to Twitch. That's at Oz the Crypto Goat.
I have a serious bias against TikTok. So I'm tired of everybody that is ugly and disgusting. People that are on there, they're just so mean and awful.
They're so negative.
You know how many people I've blocked in the past since I was sick and I had nothing better to do? Because I couldn't really talk.
Every crypto creator I had to because they were all stealing my shit. Like I was like,
it wasn't even that. Like, you know, like we can hear you say things, right? Like we've never been disrespectful, but yet you can be, and then we're the problem. That's so stupid. Like I don't understand that whole psychology.
They're a wannabe cabal.
They think they are.
They think they're something.
Military
channel.
They're
a small little bubble in so many other bubbles.
We're gonna let it go.
Yeah, we're gonna let it go.
All right. Military Channel has future weapons, TV show, sound directed energy weapons. Interesting. And I gotta look into that.
There's so many rabbit holes to go down.
That's the great.
The question is which one?
That's the best part of this is we have so many infinite things to pick from. Although you need to give me a list ahead of time so I know what I'm researching. But there's so many things because we know we're not being told the truth. Most logical people don't take things at face value. Like you don't believe your kid didn't eat the cookie when there's chocolate all over their face. Like you don't believe it.
I didn't eat it.
But it's the same thing.
I think, you know, it's good to
that's true.
Look at evidence. Like you can find chocolate all over a child's face. But there are some things that just can't be explained. There just can't be evidence. We just can't understand. The moon landing's an easy one because, you know,
there's a lot of variables. We weren't alive at that time, and I completely understand that. But for reasonable deduction of everything that we know and everything we can hypothesize is that they had help. They did go. In what terms? And was the actual scene that we saw from a stage in Hollywood, or was it real? But those things, did we go? Yes. Was it in the way we think it is? Probably not.
I mean, why else would Universal Studios use the Earth, you know, and the Universal thing going around the Earth, unless it was filmed there? I think it was filmed there.
But it wasn't called it wasn't called Universal Studios. They would have done it at MGM.
No, they would have done it at Universal.
No, MGM. Okay, you need to look up what studios existed at that time.
They would go to a small studio that was unknown or up and coming, so that.
But who would have more money to protect it?
The government. The government's paying the bill here. Daddy Warbucks is paying.
If something bad happens, they just say it's AI. Orange Man. So the bells have been taken down. Most of them have. I've not seen one out here ever.
Everywhere.
I mean, we live in California, so. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen them any. I'm not thinking about it now.
I would challenge you to look and try to find
like
a bell.
A real bell.
Even at the store to buy. You used to be able to buy the little bells.
Wind chimes aren't popular now. So I have
Remember
a friend
you used to have a bell you ding
yeah.
like this? Now they're electronic. You press a button, it goes ding dong.
Yeah. It's interesting that the wind chimes too, really kind of phasing those out as well, unless you're in a small rural community away from social media.
Or you make it yourself.
Or you make it yourself.
Yeah.
It's weird. And it all has to do about sound. I have a wind chime. I win. You win.
You wind.
You wind. I like that.
All right. So let's see here. It's about 7:40. Is there any other topics you want to cover?
No, I'm right. We were helped with aliens. We made it to the moon. We actually did go to the moon. And you know what I was thinking now? You're saying that the footprints were different because it was a different set of people that went up there.
Right. So Neil
that could have
Armstrong
been
and Buzz Aldrin were the ground
the
crew.
patsies, and then the real ones that went up there, the reason the boot was different was because that was the real shoe,
Maybe.
not the one that Buzz Aldrin wore. The footprint that's still up there, you can see till this day. There's
right.
one
The
footprint.
rover drives by and you can see the flag, you can see the module, you can see everything, right? Okay. You can see the footprint. The footprint is different, but it does seem likely that there was some type of shoe thing they left behind. My main thing here is
Don't say Star Trek.
it was what we saw was filmed in Hollywood. I think it was. I really do.
But we went to the moon.
You know, being in, I think we went to the moon.
When they said we did?
Yeah, I think we went there and there were like man-eating leech monsters that like were face suckers and laying eggs in their stomachs. Like,
So the theory, we were doing recon about aliens and we wanted to make sure no one got unalived on TV.
Yeah, they went there to find Hitler and they found face huggers instead, xenomorphs.
That's a real theory. People really believe Hitler went to freaking the moon.
I think he's there now. He's sipping tea.
Not that we would know.
You know, he's in his little rocking chair.
But this is why conspiracy...
With a big glass dome, he's staring at the earth going, oh, I remember my day. I used to go down there and we had these gas chambers.
We had this wicked fires.
Yeah.
No, but here's...
We had mountains of shoes.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna burn.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's funnier to make fun of these days. I don't know why. Enough time's gone by. Time is short. Need to focus on both sides uniting before it's
I
too late.
really hope so.
I agree with that.
I really hope so. We are running out of time.
Good luck though. But that's the point of doing this show, is to kind of wake people up, unite them.
I know, but anytime I go out by myself, some freaking Karen's like, I'm calling ICE on you. I'm like, fucking do it, man. I'm Native American. Go for it. What are you going to do? It's like, I can't even exist. I
Even
can't
in
exist
crypto,
anymore.
Everyone's
Stop.
divided. I'm just saying, like, I try to go to somewhere where, like, oh, this is a place where everyone cares about money. Maybe I can unite people there. All they cared about, they were just as bifurcated there as they are,
Argentina and the submarine.
Karen's
like, I'm calling
in my red
ICE
state.
on you.
They're
I'm like,
everywhere.
Do
If
it,
you
man.
think that
I'm
they're
Native
just in one
American. Go
particular
for it. What are you
place,
gonna do? Take
or you think because
it's
you
like I can't even
have a
exist.
Republican
I can't
state
exist
that you're
anymore.
safe.
You're not. No one safe.
Everyone's
Stop.
divided.
And you're right.
I'm
If
just
we
saying,
don't
like, I
all
try to go
get
to
it
somewhere where,
together
like, oh, this is a
real
place where
soon,
everyone cares about money.
it's
Maybe
done.
I can
We're
unite
done.
people there.
We're done. We're gonna
All they
get
cared about-
consumed by
they
the
were
rest of the world.
just
That's
as
just what's gonna
bifurcated there
happen.
as
We're
they
gonna
are,
get served
you know,
up on a
anywhere
silver
else.
platter.
Submarine,
Like,
yeah.
I'm
I
calling
nobody's
ICE
gonna
on
care.
you.
They're
I'm like,
everywhere.
do
This
it,
is just
man.
where
I'm
we are
Native
just in
American.
one
Go
particular
for it. What are you
place.
gonna do? Take
Or you think
Sorry
because
about
It's like
that.
I can't
have
even
a
exist.
Republican
I
state
can't
that
exist
you're safe.
anymore. You're not. No one's safe.
Everyone's someone
You're
on
right.
abstract
We
says,
don't
I
all
try to
get
know what your
it
name is,
together
but finally
real
a
soon.
decent, solid
It's done.
strategy
We're
of
done.
people there.
We're done. We're
All
gonna
they
get
cared about-
consumed
that's
by
awesome.
the rest of the world.
Finally,
That's just what's gonna
bifurcated
happen.
as
We're
they
gonna get
are,
served
you
up
know,
on a
anywhere
silver
else.
platter.
I know
Nobody's
gonna
gonna
care.
care.
They're everywhere.
This is just where
we
we
are
are
in
in
one
America. Go
particular
for it. What are you
place.
gonna do? Take
Or you think
Sorry
because
It's
about
like I
that.
can't even
have a
exist.
Republican
I
state
can't
that
exist
you're safe.
anymore. You're not. No one's
Everyone's
safe.
doing it.
Someone
You're
on
right.
abstract
We
says,
don't
I
all
try to know what
get
your
it
name is,
together
but finally a
real
decent,
soon.
solid
We're gonna put
strategy
this money off
of
for maybe
people
now it's
there.
not. We're done. We're gonna
All
get
they cared about
consumed
is
by
that's
the
where
rest of the world.
Finally,
That's just what's gonna
bifurcated
happen.
as
We're
they
gonna get
are,
served
you
up
know,
on a
anywhere
silver
else.
platter.
I know
Nobody's gonna care.
they're
what
everywhere.
happened?
This is just where we are
I'm
in
Native
one
American. Go
particular
for it.
place.
Take
Or
with
you
it.
think because
It's like I can't even exist. I can't exist anymore. You're not. No one's safe.
Someone on abstract says, I try to know what your name is,
I know
but
it is.
finally
Real
a decent.
soon.
That was me. I'm an idiot.
He's going schizo. Yeah, this is all happening in your brains,
That
guys.
was me.
This
I'm
is-
an idiot.
Are you guys okay? What
fixed it.
happened? You guys, nobody, no, it didn't happen. Look,
That was-
I'm going to be the government. I'm going to gaslight you. What did you think you
Yeah,
heard?
it's a conspiracy.
Are you sure?
Are you guys
feeling
conspiring
okay?
against the show?
What's wrong? Yeah.
I could
didn't
hear it. I could
happen.
hear it through my headphones. After a while, I was just like, "Oh, I know what I did."
Come on.
Every once in a while, I have to refresh abstract so that I
And you
can
left the
see
sound
the
on.
comments. Yeah, and I left the sound on.
The playback is funny.
Oh man, you guys are great, man. This is awesome too.
This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people viewing the show and
On
coming
both
through.
sides. That's actually pretty cool.
Oh, you know what?
On
We've got 0
Abstract and-
people watching on TikTok.
Oh,
That
just
means
fix it.
Yep. And
So I can
now.
say whatever I want now.
And that's to be had because people are they're moving from TikTok over to here. We had the same problem with when we moved to Twitch originally. So we may do where I'll do lives where I'll just come on and chat with you guys and do a little crypto, do a little promo for the rabbit hole or whatever.
It sounds like when they play the news with like 30 different channels saying the exact same thing. That never happened. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's
That's
so weird. We're professional
the
here.
government loves you.
Yeah.
TikTok
They would
loves you.
we would never lie.
Yes.
That's what the government freaking sounds like every day.
Yeah.
Like, no, prices are great right now.
AI loves you. It's your friend.
AI is going to change your world.
Yes. Guys, groceries are the lowest they've been in our lifetime.
Ever. I
Yeah.
mean, I love spending $30 on, 30 eggs. It just makes me so happy. Like I could not
Have
be
you
more
not
excited.
seen at the gas pump prices are lower than ever?
I like paying almost
the lowest
$5
you've
a
ever
gallon.
seen.
It's
Yeah.
it's amazing.
It was like $6 a gallon. I had to go get gas for the
Oh,
dune
you went to
buggy.
Chevron though.
Yeah, but still, like, it's still $6-7 a gallon
I know.
in California. Like,
But it's good for you. It's good. Dude, I bought gas at $2.79 this morning. Then like 5 hours later it goes to $3.19. That's the problem we're having now. Is that in the early time we'll get that $4.39 nice little spot right there. And then towards the evening we're close to that $5 mark. And it's all on purpose.
it's actually better to fill your tank when it's cooler than when it's hot. Like during the day, you get more gas because it expands and it also like bubbles and foams or whatever. And also, do not fill if you go to the gas station and there's the tanker there and they're filling the tanks with the truck that
Don't get the gas.
don't get the gas if it's that, because there's more to it.
If I
Ride the
could
horse.
have
I'm
a
gonna ride
horse.
the ostrich. I'm gonna get an ostrich with a saddle, and I'm gonna ride my ostrich into town.
I want a horse.
And I'm gonna ride my ostrich to 7-Eleven to get my bag of chips.
Because we're rural out here, you can ride horses wherever you want.
Yeah,
It's wonderful.
and maybe I'll see an alien at 7-Eleven.
Oh my gosh. And I swear,
pet
if
my
that
ostrich.
happens, get a Slurpee and I will believe you. Whatever you say, I'll just believe it. Get that picture. It has to be a real alien, and it has to be a real Slurpee, and it has to be a real 7-Eleven.
I want to be an ostrich for Halloween.
Do it.
Did you see my ostrich
Yes,
costume?
I saw him.
I'm totally doing
Cheap. You're cheap.
I'm
All it
very
takes is a
cheap.
trash bag.
that. I'm so cheap. Yeah, I want to be an ostrich for Halloween. It's going to be great.
I spent like $400, $450 on costumes for all my kids this year, including myself. Because that's where prices are right now.
I'll throw mud and grass at my children and tell them they're swamp monsters
No.
for Halloween.
Not a chance.
We don't do Halloween. We don't do Christmas. We don't do Thanksgiving. We don't do holidays. They get nothing. I'm kidding. I'm being hyperbolic, okay?
I love Halloween and Christmas though. I'm never gonna take those away. I hate Thanksgiving. I think that's BS.
I like food.
Most people like food. That's why they celebrate
I like to
Thanksgiving.
cook
But if
food.
you go to the origins of Thanksgiving, that should have never been a holiday.
Well, I think I'll eat in remembrance.
Make your costume and you're gonna like it.
Yeah, it's a money scam. Exactly.
You're a money
That's
scam
why
TikTok
I don't
seller.
do it. Like the whole idea of having, the holidays and everything is so that things can boost in the
Did the guy's
fourth
name
quarter.
who says TikTok seller tell me it's a money scam?
Yeah, because he's a seller. Hey, TikTok seller, you should be doing some of the Halloween products.
I'm
right
literally am a money scam. See,
now.
I knew where it was
Yeah,
going.
I believe it. Don't tell Guinea Marie that.
I can't. Don't even.
I don't even
like
wanna go down
saying,
that
That's
rabbit
like
hole.
saying Bloody Mary, and she's
Yeah.
gonna show herself.
The crazy person that said that angels told her to buy XRP is the same person that's going around trying to tell people that I'm a scam artist.
I mean, maybe
Started
they
the Halloween
did.
blankets. I want a Halloween blanket.
No, it's just fabricated nonsense. You don't need any of it.
Halloween is year round. Halloween never ends.
You just said no Halloween.
By the way, I have a.
You just said you would throw mud and grass at your children.
I'm kidding. Love Halloween. I have a conspiracy theory
About
Halloween, and it's my own theory that I developed. You're not going to find it on YouTube until I make
I
it.
bet I can debunk it. Let's go.
I bet you
Let's
can't.
go. I'm sure I can.
I'm saving it for Halloween.
Then I need the subject.
I'm going to give it to you in private, and we can work on it together.
You know, I'm gonna come after you full force, right?
Absolutely.
I'm smarter than you.
I'm telling you right now, it's so airtight. You can't debunk this.
Yes, I can.
You know how I
I was
know?
a straight A student, and I didn't have AI to help me.
Here's the thing: is the reason why you can't debunk it is because I know it to be true because I experienced it.
That's not fair. You can't use an experience that's not tangible or hasn't been verified
it's
or a picture.
tangible and verifiable. It's real.
It's a picture or a video you can show me,
No,
or is it
it's-
in your head? Because if it's
real.
in your head, that doesn't count.
I know it to be real.
Jesse, I got another message from her. Then she J-Danned me. The killer clowns in 2016. We were just talking about that because I hate clowns. I have never, ever, I probably shouldn't have said that over the air, but I hate clowns. I have punched
Everyone
a few.
dress up as clowns and go find
I will.
Jesse.
Don't even touch me. I hate clowns. But
The
I
only
remember
thing
those.
scarier than a clown is a mime because you can't hear it coming.
Oh my Clowns are awful. I remember the killer clown thing though because
Yeah, it
they
was
were
all over.
everywhere.
And didn't like people get shot? Right?
Yes. And the reality is they thought it was funny, and these people, I'm like, not so funny now that the cops kind of, took care of you.
Yeah.
And it was all like younger, like early, it was like from 20s to teenagers that thought it was funny and were doing it all the time.
Yeah. And you know what? I may or may not have contributed.
There was one by the kid's school, and they arrested him within, like, as soon as he was reported because of all the military out here. 2 minutes, this guy was arrested and taken away. Like, the schools did not play around.
It is now against the law to dress as a clown in the United States.
That's not true.
You're not allowed to be a clown. He was arrested for being clown-like on a Tuesday.
No. It's because what did he have, like a fake knife in his hand, and he was walking around the schoolyard. They didn't know what he was.
They probably released him with no charges,
Doesn't matter.
What are they going to do? Clown police.
Yes. Yes.
This is the clown
You
police.
don't walk around an
Don't move.
elementary school and be like, this is totally fine. The kids were mortified.
You're under arrest for clowning around.
I know there is a lot of clowns in Washington, D.C.
Penal Code Section 26-4B, clowning around in public.
What is it?
I've seen a lot of
Public
clowns in
disturbance.
Washington, but
No, no.
okay. I seen an orange-faced clown.
The
That's
Cheeto.
for sure. Yeah, a Cheeto clown.
You okay?
Oh, my back.
You're old.
Yeah, I'm getting old, chat. I'm old and fat now. Actually, I've lost a lot of weight. But yeah, I'm getting older. Well, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share
We'll
the
be
show with your
back
friends.
next week.
We'll be back at some point. We have no clear schedule yet. Hopefully in the next couple days.
Yeah.
And make sure you spread the word around TikTok. Grab the flyer videos and stuff and post them to TikTok and spread it around and let everybody know where we're at and what we're doing. Reach out, send them a DM and say, hey, you guys got to come check out this new show. Also, TikTok seller, if you can clip this show, I'd much appreciate it. If not, no worries. I understand you got a lot going on. But we do need somebody to clip videos.
Not
for
it.
us. Yeah, Jesse already does so
Not
much.
it.
Look at all this work she put in.
Look at-
She got 3 pages and we only got 2 pages in. So, final thoughts. We went to the moon.
We went to the moon.
We went to the moon.
Now, the process,
we get
we
there?
are all going to disagree,
Right, but we went.
but we absolutely went to the moon. For
Like,
nefarious or positive purposes,
The fact
we
that
were
we
there.
have possession of moon rocks that can definitively be proven by science that they came from the moon is enough to tell me we went to the moon.
Absolutely.
The question is the footage that we have seen the actual footage?
But
Did
I
we
think
have
there's
help to
no
get there?
right. But whether that footage, you're right, it could have been filmed in Hollywood. But I believe we went there, and I believe the things that they brought back, whether it was that or not, did get brought back, because none of it is because more technology came from bringing back that stuff from the moon. No matter who we got that from.
I concur. All right, chat. Have a good night, and we will see you all next time.
Bye, guys. Too bad. I had a lot of fun.